Okay, welcome back to the Capital Mindset Show, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day as always. Today we're going to be doing, I guess, a different kind of well, we've done live streams like this before in the past. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to post the link. Let me see here, so we can copy it. Let me do this. Copy this, and I can post this here. I think just there we go. And then rules of the game are, quite simple. You guys gotta. And actually, this would probably be best here to pin it. You got to come on with your camera if you want to. And I shall probably start letting people on after I kind of cover the various topics today. So actually, let me make sure I can pin it here on my phone. Okay. Videos right here. Let's do the lives right there. And let's go. Okay. So if I do that, pin message, boom. All right, so it should be pinned. Anyone can come on. So yeah, how's everyone doing? No intro because I'm not obviously. Oh, by the way, Kingdom, if you want to come on and we can have basically an impromptu live, more than welcome. And I think there's a lot to talk about. I mean, I'm obviously not at my house on vacation, so I decided I'd do at least 1 hour with you guys here to finish off the week right before the New Year's. Unfortunately, since I'm not home, it's not going to be, the standard send off for, let's say, 2023, right? We're about to enter 2023. It's the 29th as I'm filming this, if you see this into the future. But yeah, hello guys. How you doing? Gil, how you doing? Bacon, Julius. Oh no, the view on this property is insane. It's incredible. Yeah. So like basically we get the sunset at least on the mountains, and this house is actually pretty full. I'm in the quiet. This is like the game room, theater room, etc. So no, yeah, it's pretty good. The food here is fantastic. The weather's really cold. We actually had a little bit of a problem with the water, believe it or not, because it got so cold. But it's fixed now. So it's more of like the cold that happened before we got here. So which one would I get? The budget watch. Tissot is actually pretty good. Tissot is probably pretty good. You can get a watch for under $1,000. Swatch makes really good watches too. I mean, Swatch Group, Tissot is a Swatch Group brand. But yeah, no, Tissot is pretty good. That's one I'd go for. I like some of their designs. But yeah. Well, okay. Well, you ask about a budget watch and then you go immediately for the AP. Oh, sorry. Budget wasn't limited. Well, the AP Rolex, fantastic watch. Jacob and Co. is going to be not really so much of a watch, more of an art piece. I mean, the thing is, it's not just simply about which one's the more expensive one, but I think which one fits my taste, because I would wear a watch, or I'd buy a watch to wear the watch, and can't go wrong with the stainless steel Daytona. Of course, you can't get your hands on one, but can't go wrong with that. Even there's beauty to the simplicity of the No Date Submariner. This has been my daily driver this year, so. But yeah, and this one's not even that expensive a watch. It's just a little bit meaningful, but other than that, yeah. Has Don Fabio ascended? Could play Jesus in a film? Wait, how is that? Oh, is that because the lights? I can actually rearrange myself over there. It might be a little bit better because right now, I don't know. You guys get like this kind of weird wonky view. I'm not gonna lie, it's not much to look at. So, okay, so let's talk about the topics. So I do want to cover the topics of the day. Again, because I'm not in front of my typical setup, I'll do my best to, kind of at least show you guys some things. And I commandeered this computer. It's not even my computer to make things worse. So the first topic, I think that's, important that I guess we get across. And again, if anyone wants to come on, you can come on, but no rush on that, or no pressure for that. You don't have to. Okay, so I think like the first topic I said, the end of the good times. And what do I mean by that? So it could mean two things. And I feel like some of you might be thinking, well, maybe he's saying it's things are going to crash. Like that's what everyone's saying. Or I'm kind of actually saying that this is like the end of a time where, let's say, perhaps a lot of people have been really interested in the markets, and I have a feeling that, I don't know, I feel like retail might get jaded. I could be wrong, and I really hope I'm wrong, but I feel like retail might start to get jaded on things and start to perhaps view the market in, maybe again, like in a jaded fashion. I don't know, but I'm also kind of, what I'm referring to there is perhaps even the end, or the so-called end, of the buying opportunities. I don't know. I think that we might get some here and there, but as far as finding businesses this year that really everyone just wanted to throw away, I mean, I think we've done really well, kind of closing out the year. The largest ones, of course, being Meta and as well as Netflix. Last year, some of the big ones were, of course, well, actually, the beginning of this year was Airjet Rocketdyne too, but we had Cardinal Health. I'm obviously not going to count ConocoPhillips because that was a sale this year, but that was an acquisition in 2020. But we had Cardinal Health. Bristol Myers Squibb was a small one. And kind of like some of the material stocks like BHP, that one did really well for us. So some of those were last year's. This year's, big changes happened. And then who knows what's going to happen next year. There is one that I am buying. So kind of like a sneak peek as to the portfolio update. There is a new big or large cap tech stock. And I see Mr. Dan over here. So I'm going to add Dan here to the stream. How you doing, Dan?
Don't want you to be on by yourself for too long.
No worries. This is okay. So now we're going to get into the dividend stocks.
Oh God. How's vacation?
Oh, it's good. It's good. Eating a lot, hiking a lot, saying, we've made it a trio.
Is Kingdom here?
Look at that. Oh, look at that beard.
Yeah, I'm on vacation too till next
My
Friday.
lighting's a little bad, so it's all good. Who cares?
How's everyone?
Yeah, I spent the whole day at Lake Placid. It was kind of fun. So got to see where the Miracle on Ice happened. I've never been up there, so.
Is it super cold up there?
It was 50 degrees. I know.
Man, it's freezing here. It's
the
freezing.
ice. It was still all snowy though. It's going to be a shit show in like the next few days when it all melts. But
you guys use Fahrenheit. I don't even know what that is. All right, whatever.
So
it's the right answer.
To give you an idea, it was definitely well below the negatives in Celsius. I think so it got to for like, I think a day, it got to negative degrees Fahrenheit. So freezing from Fahrenheit is 32. For Celsius, it's 0. So to give you an idea, so we went negative in Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was pretty cold here. Obviously up in the mountains, etc. So, but yeah. So how do you guys feel about the first topic? I don't know.
What's the first topic?
The first topic is kind of broad based. It's like just the end of the good times, ? And the reason why there's a question mark is there's many ways to, I guess, interpret that or even talk about that. Part of me feels like, retail is going to get jaded a little bit because, for example, if, returns in the stocks that they've picked for a long time are subpar or in fact negative because some of them go BK, maybe some of them say, hey, this ain't for me, I'm out. Or I don't know if they changed. Someone actually came out and criticized Cathie Wood the other day, some hedge fund manager or whatever, calling her foolish for hodling her stonks. He even said that, stonks.
So, I think in general, history repeats itself. Retail has always been kind of on the, I don't want to say dumb, because like hedge funds are pretty dumb too, right? With the stuff they buy, they can be. It's just the way you look at it, right? The way I look at it is like, let's see. Did you see Jeremy's video?
He's right. I was going to talk about that.
Yeah, yo, Dan.
Dan, talk about that. I don't know if Fabio is aware of that.
No,
I don't think
Fabio. So Jeremy did a video like a day or two ago saying that so remember he did SDAO. So then now he comes out with a video saying that the Dow Jones is overvalued by like 50-60% and it's a bubble. like all 30 companies, the Dow Jones. So he goes through like his like response was because like the PE ratios are high, like compared to 10 years ago. Like, and he did McDonald's, Home Depot, United Health. So he just did like a PE ratio comparison from previous years to now. But it's insanity. Like, so it came out after the Estelle play. So now he's like trying to justify why he did it, I guess. But Kingdom of Mir talking about this. Like, I think the worst the Dow Jones has ever dropped was like 45% during the Great Recession. So he's saying it needs a Great Recession is due for the fucking Dow Jones.
And like we're gonna have a recession, right? Like next year. I mean, we are in a recession, but like it's not gonna be 2009 bad. Maybe up here in Canada, like we avoided the 2008 one, right? So we might actually get it. But like for you guys, for the most part, for the States, we're not gonna see that. And so the Dow Jones worst case scenario, what do you think? 20%, maybe 25%? But the way I see it is like a lot of those companies are pretty recession resistant in my eyes.
I mean, you can see like, yeah, a lot of the Dow Jones companies are trading very pricey right now. And so probably people fled to safety maybe in uncertain times. So now those are over. So now like people got into those, they're trading at very high ratio or multiples. So now like Fabio, I think was saying like, what do you do? Like the dividend stocks are expensive. The Dow is expensive. Tech is, people are probably shaky on tech. So it's like, what are people going to do next year?
Yeah, I'm buying tech now. And you know what's funny? and you know what's funny? I've been like a massive hater on American mega caps, and now I'm gonna buy 2 tomorrow.
What is going on, Kingdom? What is going on?
I'll say the first one. The second one, I think we're both buying the same one. But the first one, Bubbleson today made a video on Tesla.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you're missing so much this.
I'm buying Tesla.
I'm not watching any videos, and I love it. I literally was out in the middle of nowhere, no signal for the whole day, and just listening to the silence.
Yeah, I was walking while my kids were going into shops. I was checking on Discord. I actually had good reception at Lake Placid when I was messaging everyone. But I can't believe you betrayed me. You betrayed me, Kingdom.
Hey, listen. I already said time and time again, if Tesla goes to 90, and I said it jokingly.
Wait, what's Tesla?
It's like dude. The day Bubbleson made the video, which is today, it not only did it bottom, it went up 8% today.
Yeah, he did it again. He did.
And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll pull the trigger. I'm gonna buy. I'll start a position tomorrow for Tesla. Definitely not a serious position, but I am starting it just for the memes, to be honest with you. But like, I am buying it because I do think because I was trying to originally make the Tesla position at 90 and then buy more when it went to 68 to 80, but whatever. I'll start it here. Whatever, it is what it is. But in the second one, I think we're both a similar one. This is going to shock you.
No. There's no way.
Because I look at Amazon and I did like what I was trying to do with my calculations. Like, okay, Kingdom, let's break this down. Let's break down every segment. So I still think the logistics side, absolute hot garbage. But AWS, I think alone, and you'll probably disagree on this, but AWS alone, in my opinion, is 1 trillion, like alone. And I think that alone is getting heavily discounted by the markets because of the other segments of Amazon, which makes sense because Amazon is still going to have quite a bit of headwinds for the first half of 2023. But I like Fire TV. Fire TV is a small part, but it's still there. Like, I love Fire TV. I think that's great. Roku is going to absolutely get whatever. I think Fire TV is going to take all the market share, but whatever the case may be there. Whole Foods, good, and a lot. And I was just trying to break it all down. And I think Amazon is heavily discounted right now. But yeah.
I probably will do like a video on Amazon, kind of inspired by the write-up I did on the Discord. So it's going to follow along the same themes at least. But no, I mean, man, the thing is, one component of Amazon that's really discounted is the advertising. That's something that we've talked about a lot. We've gone back and forth on that, in fact, and I'm glad because okay. So let's take it that I see that it is discounted. I'm not entirely sure that AWS is 1 trillion. I think AWS is definitely a huge component, but I feel like people are sleeping on like the whole picture. I don't agree with, like, for example, another creator who you guys just mentioned his name, so we'll just say Bubbleson's valuation of Amazon and kind of like the sum of the parts. I feel like that's a little bit difficult to determine, really. But just looking at AWS in isolation, what's that potentially valued at? And I feel like the ecosystem that they've created, I know it's a cringe word to use, but it is true. The ecosystem they've created and how that feeds into advertising is absolutely phenomenal. Now, someone was asking, is Amazon that stock that I was talking about? And I apologize, by the way, in advance if I break up a little bit, because I don't have Ethernet, up here. It's just straight Wi-Fi. And I'm on like the bottom floor, so we'll see how this works. But it is not Amazon. You guys know which one it is, but I am thinking about buying Amazon next year. Absolutely. 100%. But it is a different stock.
I'm going to wait till next year, like we talked about, I think.
Yes.
On that.
Wait. Oh,
I may buy iRobot, though. I'm going to think about it tomorrow.
Wait, what? Oh, hell.
All
right, whatever.
I like that side of it for now, but
right.
I want more blood with Amazon.
I'm a big hater of iRobot. That thing's absolute trash, but whatever.
Well, it's after the sale was announced, like the
arbitrage. You want to do that? Yeah.
Pretty far down since they announced it.
Look. Wait. Sorry. Look.
Plus, my wife got one for Christmas, so I guess that's a bullish signal. Right?
What the? Yo, get out of here, you VT. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. What's up?
No, so it's cool. I'm actually I have tomorrow off of work, so this is like the beginning of the weekend for me. So good.
But Fabio's right, though. I think people are really going to struggle next year.
Yeah, I was talking about my
life. There's nothing obvious to invest in next year. Like, I don't know. People are going to come up with crazy. They're either going to double down on crazy like option plays, or I don't know, buy unprofitable trash. I mean, some of them maybe will like back off and take a breath and think like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'll never touch options. Don't care.
Like I've been hunting for like small cap industrial plays. Like I've been talking to Kingdom and Bacon all week about just scouring for like under 10 billion market cap industrials, like who got beat up because of interest rate inflation, and like who can handle recessions like based on their balance sheet. So it's hard. It's kind of like hunting for a good opportunity, right?
Yeah, opportunity. I found out
that might be where it is at this point. Like just not because like all the big dividend stocks are like you can't really buy them right now.
So I'm gonna mention this security. I won't say the ticker symbol, right? Or the name of it.
Yeah.
I won't. Don't worry. But a nano cap that I have, casino one, it just got bought out.
Oh yeah.
What? It got bought out. So, hey, I got my liquidity, bro.
You got exit liquidity.
I got my exit liquidity. Pretty fan. I was not expecting that, but crazy.
Fabio, did you just get out the shower?
Yeah, not too long ago because I came back from hiking. I came back from dinner. That was it.
It's funny. It's funny. You're the only other person here I could tell that would have just gotten out the shower. No, what have I missed? How long has this been? Only like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't start too long ago. I started around 9:12.
We're just making fun of VT. Absolute garbage.
Nice. Yeah, you guys want to know what ticker I'm going heavy in on in 3 days at the start of 2023.
Grinder.
I'm investing in ticker symbol U. That's a real investment.
Oh, you're making a video on him?
No, I'm just.
Oh, you should. You should though.
You should, dude.
Oh, that's
what?
Yeah, I think I watched like one video like months ago. What's the guy about?
He's a Kathy Wood fanboy.
Yeah, pitch me on making a video.
Yeah, make a video on him, bro. Come on, do it.
There's so many channels that like they will bash Kathy Wood because ARK's doing shitty, but then they still invest in ARK like investments.
Yeah.
Like they're pretending that they're not innovative anymore, but they really still are.
This is a huge somebody said Dan looks like ticker symbol U. Anyone?
Oh, what's your thought on PayPal? Yo, I've started buying PayPal too. I think it was like a week ago, like $68.
So what do you like about them? Let's talk about that. Let's have the conversation.
I think they're fine. I know the competition risk, and that's the first thing everyone says. Competition, they're gonna die. I think they're like this. Can they maintain their market share? I think they will. I think they will probably lose a bit of market share.
Why will they maintain it?
They'll maintain it. They've because of Venmo. You got big. Wait, no, what did I sound aggressive there?
No. I just like I thought we were diving deep here or something. You're like, oh yeah, they just because they will.
Oh, my bad, my bad. But the main concern people have with it, and I agree, is Apple Pay. Apple Pay absolutely has been just, compared to a lot of their competitors, have been just super high growth, right? I think they grew like 50% or whatever, previous quarter, whatever, with Apple Pay, something ridiculous. I think past quarter, past year, something like that. But I do think PayPal is going to maintain their market share, if not maybe go lower a little, maybe 2 to 3%. But the way I look at it is, okay, they're still well capitalized. Their balance sheet still looks fine for now. Cash flows are still good as well. Their total volume went down slightly, but not that much. It fluctuates quite a bit, but it's pretty stable for the most part. And to think Apple Pay or whatever is just going to just take all of it, I just don't see that. And when PayPal got off of eBay and now they've got that partnership with Amazon, I think that's a tailwind, not a headwind. eBay's garbage, but whatever the case may be there.
I just realized this is the only sector where I think every company is a verb. So you'd be like, PayPal me, Cash App me, Venmo me. I don't think there's another one where like every company is a verb. I don't know what that means for investing, but
PayPal's the biggest talent, obviously. No, but like, and honestly, the valuation too is solid. I like the valuations at it where it is. But that being said, if cash flows compress for 2023, which it will, demand destruction and all first half, then yeah, valuations might not look as cheap, but that's the time to buy, in my opinion. But I don't know. I like PayPal. I like the PayPal where it is at right now. I think they'll be fine. And I think you're going to see massive consolidation with the fintech space as well. And I still think a firm's going to go bankrupt.
Oh,
yeah. I think the biggest problem with amateur investing right now is because somebody brought up ARK and people still investing in it. Yeah, there's so many people where they'll just be like yeah, like 50% of my portfolio is ARK, and somebody's like, oh, that's a bad idea. Like you should probably get out of that, and they go, oh no, it's okay. It's like a long-term hold. like that's like some kind of magic phrase.
Yeah, it's what they tell themselves as they cry themselves to bed at night.
They use the phrase long-term investing, and then they just say, oh yeah, I can slap this on any garbage.
Oh, it's company. Down 50%. Sorry, I'm long-term.
Yeah, SoFi is cool. It's long-term.
But the WhatsApp is a huge threat to PayPal. Kinda. I love WhatsApp, by the way. I think that's gonna be a massive growth driver for Meta platforms. I still have that position that WhatsApp will have more revenue than Instagram and Marketplace combined, but whatever. That's usually a hot take. That's a hot take, but whatever.
Well, I mean, Kingdom and I, if you got to start talking about Meta, I mean,
yeah. Let's not.
Meta.
We can do Meta show another day. We can do Meta. We can do a Meta shill on another day.
We will earn the right to do so depending on its performance. In the next couple years or so. Then we'll do our thing. All right. Yeah. Then you guys will have to deal with us. But
yeah.
And if it does poorly, we won't even mention it.
Yeah, we won't even mention it. We'll be like, oh, Meta, yeah, that's garbage. Yeah.
On red days, it's dead to us.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's how capital mindset works.
Yeah, dude, Meta.
What? You won't even talk about your stocks when they're green. So.
I hate how ARK was like it, because this is probably gonna happen to y'all with Meta if Meta pops off. Well, like ARK was at all-time highs. Me and several people were like, this is garbage. And then like everyone was like, no, you're wrong. It's like it's gonna be the best investment ever. What's it down like 80% more maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so now I was like, yeah, I told you, and everyone's like, oh, you're only saying that now because it's down. Like, no, I was saying it like 2 years ago.
Well,
so Meta's gonna take off, and you guys are gonna be like, yeah, I told you guys. People are like, oh, you're just dick riding because they're up now.
Yeah,
it's like, no, here's my video when they were at $80. Like,
well, I will never ride the Meta train full. So worry about it.
Yeah. I got a public portfolio just so like that's my proof.
What's the most? Tech is such a broad word, but Dan, what stock do you own that more than 2% of your portfolio that is the most tech themed?
I really only have two, probably Texas Instrument and Microsoft.
Nice.
That's really it.
Oh, I mean,
Microsoft works for me.
Like I'm bailing on I'm making like 3 swaps this year. Somebody was talking about it.
Somebody pitched me on Dan. Actually, I know nothing. Texas Instruments, like the calculator company.
Well,
no, analog chips. So
they also make calculators, but yes,
yeah. That would be funny if all they made was calculators, and that's why they just had this massive.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it's a good valuation.
Yeah. Just calculators. That's
you ain't gonna write boobs on your own on those things.
They have their little solar panel on the calculators too.
Well, dude, every college class like requires the TI specifically.
Well, I mean, Texas Instrument, like I think, like that's one. Like I think they're gonna get beat up next year. Like the stock.
Well, my lighting is so.
There's
weird.
There's some things that are probably not going to go well for them. They have big capex expenses on some new Texas fab, and they lowered revenue projections like more than once. So, I mean, you like a long-term investor, you could say, "Well, I'm going to buy one share every 2 weeks for the whole year," because I don't know exactly where the bottom is, but like I trust in the future they'll be back to normal in like 2 or 3 years. I don't know if people have the patience for that though.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes retail we're all retail too, right? It's just like the crowd tends to just try to follow each other because there's comfort in that. There's comfort in, copying each other and being your own little cult and all that stuff.
Bacon.
What up, Bacon?
Bacon.
One of the Bacon guys that I actually like. The other one's trash, but whatever.
I don't know what y'all did wrong. That Bacon Bombs guy is always like the first person to comment on my videos, and he's like, "Great video, Cole. He likes me."
Yeah, he's a two-faced clown. Whatever. We don't need to talk about it.
Holy smokers!
Bacon Bombs. Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh man.
I think it's probably his service died or something.
Oh, is he driving? No.
Yeah, I think he's parked waiting for somebody.
No, but like with retail, it's like, when they say, "Oh, is this a good stock? Is this a good stock?" It's like that's a really bad mentality to have. Like,
no, like you have to go hunt. Like you got to like what Bacon interviewed you, Fabio, like talking about process. I like that. Like you talk about like it's hours and hours of work to pick these stocks, and I think people get like, "Oh, I'll just go on YouTube or Reddit, find someone do a write up, and boom, I'll go buy it."
If y'all,
that's not how it works though. Like you might I spent so many hours looking at Goldman Sachs and I never even bought it. So like,
oh yeah,
it's like that's what you're going to get into. You're going to have time. You might spend 2 whole weekends looking at a stock and then you don't pull the trigger and then it goes up. Like
what?
You got to let it go. Like you can't chase that. Like
you
might miss your opportunity. And then I think some people, they can't handle that. They're like, well, I got to get in. It's
yeah, I gotta say, Dan, if Brookfield spins off like their dog or something, I'm selling that. I'm done. No, I'll be done with Brookfield if they do another spinoff. It's annoying, man.
What social media websites do y'all think people use to find not good advice necessarily, but use to find stock advice? Would you say Twitter, YouTube?
Seeking Alpha, Motley Fool, I'd say. Yeah.
Like more than like Twitter, just in terms of like raw users.
Oh no! Oh, more at the most.
Raw users. We're heavily searching for like.
I mean, you're right because Seeking Alpha and Motley Fool, like they advertise, so they're just like spread out all over.
Yeah, and Motley Fool's free, so very easy to access. Motley Fool's interface is decent for anyone to just like throw in a ticker symbol, especially the popular ones. Boom! There's like 17 Motley Fool articles. So
let me define my question a little better, I guess. So the average investor is like. Okay, I need to find some new stock to look into. I should go to www.
Fabio's not. I like Reddit. I get a lot of good info from Reddit. Fabio's gonna say no.
How is Yahoo Finance pop?
Well, it's not like buy signals. Like I'm just getting like it's just this. It's hard to find companies to look at. So it's just like I need like input of like company. Like
what's happening in your room, Kingdom?
Oh, dude, my lighting's messed. I don't know. I try to adjust it. The camera's like
supernova has been let off.
Yeah, I go from being Moses to like I don't know, like the Grim Reaper. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're whiter than me.
I think that's a hard part people don't get though. Like you have your stock process that you develop over a few years, but then the hard part is like finding companies to bring into that because there's thousands of stocks. Yeah. So like if you have a full-time job like me, I don't have more than 2 or 3 hours a day. I need you. You guys have given me good ideas that I've been able to look through and Reddit and other sources. things I can bring in and look at. Like the shipping container one I looked at with bacon, I got that from a YouTube channel, and it was actually really good company for me.
So there's plenty of ways to go about it. I just do the stock ideas from stock screeners, and so like so basically whatever industry I want to look into, I'll look into that, and then I'll look at a subsection of that industry, and then I set up the market caps. Now the degenerates one I'm doing now, but like for the most part, I stick to like 1 to 10 billion market cap, and then I throw out all the unprofitable ones. And then my next rule is, all right, which one is more leverage? All right, you're out too. And then, all right, let me look at the gross margins. If you're less than 10%, get out of here as well.
Yeah, I was doing like a total return for 5 years. I wanted to look at like 40%, like something close to like SPY. Like nothing negative, nothing with sell ratings on quant.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Like
I was trying, because I had to pick some stuff because it was like 700 companies. I'm like, I need to squeeze this down to like 100 to look at.
Yeah, sell ratings. That's why I don't like analysts. Like even with my largest holding, Parkland, it has 8 analysts, and I'm like, ugh. But whatever. Because with analysts, they have a very hard job. Like they need to make sure they're like not always right, but
yeah,
their job's on the line, right? So they can't be like, because they can be right on the security, but it might take a bit more longer for that to play out. But when you're giving year-to-year predictions on stock, I don't know. It's a tough job. So I do have sympathy for analysts, but at the same time, I still say I don't like analysts, generally speaking, but as a generalized term. But I do have sympathy for that.
Yeah. Rolling prediction.
Oh, we have a good question in chat. Do y'all find it easier to analyze a small cap company or a large cap company?
Small cap. For me, small cap. Yeah.
Small cap. Yeah. Well, with small caps, there's a lot more legwork that you're gonna have to do.
Oh yeah. I enjoy it.
You're not gonna find it all. Yeah, you're gonna have it's not maybe centralized information like a Home Depot. You got to dig a little more, I think.
So I'll say that objectively, I think the answer is it's easier to research large cap, but because it's easier, more people can do it.
Yeah, I think the question can be interpreted 2 ways. Is it literally easier to like find data on it versus easier to analyze and find a valuable stock?
Yeah. So, for example, I believe that the markets are efficient. The larger the market, the larger the companies are. But when you get smaller, that's where the inefficiencies start to brew out, because there's so many different rules in place for hedge funds. They can't buy this because of this size, or it just doesn't move the needle. So it doesn't make sense for them to invest in. Berkshire isn't going to buy my funeral stock. Let's just say that. That's not going to happen.
I'd say that, also there are times in the big names that the market can be inefficient too. So
yeah, we're not talking about Meta specifically, but
no.
And look, I'm Moses again.
Yeah. Not just Meta. There's other ones.
There's no way. That's just always there's no way for you to turn off some auto brightness feature.
I don't know, man. It's not doing it.
So I just want to answer this guy's question. So Shane Baker's asking thoughts on Warner Brothers Discovery in 3 to 5 years out. So 3 to 5 years from now. So they got the content library. They got everything they really need to in place. I feel, and I think some of you here might agree, feel like they should really not be so stingy with keeping all their content on one platform and just focusing on growing HBO Max. I feel like with the position that they're in, how leveraged they are, they should really start licensing a lot of it out, and really start to, let's say, I would say maybe milk their content or milk the profit from their content.
Isn't like half their content like deleted from the internet, like as of like a few months ago?
Oh, you mean like they took it from everywhere else to put it on HBO Max? I don't know.
No. It's you can't legally stream it. Like they took away like a bunch of shit. I think it had something to do with like a tax write-off or something.
It's like I don't know about that. That's something
I think Warner Brothers, like, the debt isn't as bad as it looks. It really isn't. Like, because I think it's like 42% of the debt matures after 10 years or something, right? So like it's not as bad as it looks, but it's still something where I would not touch the stock. But
it's bad. It's just spaced out.
It's not as bad, right? Like the poop isn't as bad. Like the poop isn't as big as it looks. All right, it's a medium-sized poop. All right? It's
not dying tomorrow.
No,
it's not
dying 10 years. No, just kidding.
I don't even think it's that. It's just like a lot of the returns. Like you, if you look at the enterprise value of the stock, you know, it's not that cheap. Oh, Bacon is back. Let's bring Bacon back. How you doing,
Fabio?
Fabio.
Fabio.
How you doing, Bacon?
Doing all right. How is everyone? Besides capping on BlackRock.
Oh, that's a quote of
Oh,
our.
tree.
Yeah.
Quote alert.
Did you read a book?
I was talking to actually Hayden about Wall Street. Well, Bacon and me were talking to Hayden about Wall Street or Warner Discovery last night, and
Yeah.
it's the one that I would be like interested in owning. Like I like out of all of them because I like the IPs and their library. Like there's a lot of content that they could do a lot of different things with. Like you said, they could license out. They could, I don't know, like they have the new DC reboot. Like there is like potential there. Like I like the products they have in the library. Like, but like it's not. But I don't see like the vision yet. Like,
Yeah. It's for me. It's turnaround. Like you got to be really patient and be willing to accept that your capital that's tied up there is going to be tied up there for a while, like a long while, probably.
Like when are they going to really, like, I'm just waiting. Like, is there going to be some moment where they say they're going to do this? And I'm like, oh, that it fits. I feel comfortable now with their plan. The financials kind of back up. Like they can execute what they want to do.
Oh my goodness, it's down to $9.
Yeah.
Down like I remember I was watching some YouTube channel analyzing it. They said it's down like 90% from its all-time highs. I don't know what happened.
I love Rick and Morty. That is owned by Warner Brothers.
I guess that wasn't funny.
I'll be curious to see how much they've been cutting like crazy. So how's that going to look the next like 2 or 3 quarters? I'll be curious to see how much are they more how much more profitable? Are their margins going to get better at all?
I think it'll go the other direction because they're.
Or are they just? Do they have write-offs? Are they going to write off a bunch of projects? Like
they just write it off.
They shouldn't have run away from the licensing model, man. Oh, when Disney switched over to that 2018, 2019.
Oh yeah, I originally got Hulu like 7 years ago because all the Adult Swim shows are on there, and now they're like 20% of them are on Hulu and like 80% are on HBO Max. So I can't even like pick one or the other because they're still missing some of them.
It's weird. It's like either make it all in one platform or just like license all of it. I don't know. The licensing model was great, man. It was so good, and they just messed it up. And now if they want to go back to that, let's just say companies like Netflix, they are not going to give them the same offers that they did before. It's just not going to happen. So I don't know, man.
I mean, I
think in
base, but I would say that at the right price, I would actually bring up Warner Brothers Discovery to a an okay position. But I'm not really looking at it in that way. I had like a small watcher position, and then I brought that down in terms of size just to back when I said I was cleaning up the portfolio. But yeah.
Streaming is just so expensive to run as a company.
It is, and
especially with 4K, yeah. Like I think YouTube it was an idea. I don't know if they implemented it or tested it in some countries or something. But I think they're looking at you have to have YouTube Premium to watch above 1080 because it's so data intensive to have everybody like streaming 4K or watching 4K.
Oh, that's a good question for Fabio. So YouTube is going to have Sunday Ticket now for the NFL. $2 billion per year.
What Sunday Ticket? What is that?
It's to watch NFL games, football.
You can watch any NFL game in the country because you only can normally watch in your market.
Like on live? Like all that? Like,
yeah. So DirecTV had it forever. And now
wait. Real quick. We're talking about YouTube TV or YouTube, the regular website?
I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know. What's the difference? I don't know.
Well, YouTube TV is it's like $50 a month. It's like it's like cable basically.
Oh, what? They have their own YouTube cable? Oh, I didn't even know that. Huh. Okay.
You excited about that?
I mean, not something that I'd be paying attention to or have been paying attention to too much, but I saw the ramblings of it. So if Google's kind of, man, Google has Wonderful asset.
It's
Well,
something
someone
like,
just YouTube TV. Someone just said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's YouTube TV.
it's something like 100,000 videos are uploaded every minute to YouTube.
Yeah, no. It's something just mind-boggling.
I think they have like 233. I'm gonna say the word wrong. Petabytes or something of data.
So, but that's the thing. Like, I know I'm speaking for just myself here. As far as content goes, like I just find myself, kind of hovering YouTube, Netflix, and then HBO. I never go on Disney. I think I don't really like anything on there. But that didn't. That wasn't the thing that made me not like Disney. I think Disney's now come down. What's Disney at in the 80s still, or are they?
The moment a Disney show comes out that's like Donald Trump is cool, Fabio's gonna be like, I watch this Disney stuff all the time.
So it's at $87. No, my issues with Disney kind of go towards like how bloated as an enterprise they are, and really how bureaucratic they are when it comes to content making. Warner Bros. Discovery, some good stuff gets through. So they really have some really creative shows. I'd say, for example, if you guys are into it, check out Westworld, but like season 1 and maybe season 2, because then afterwards it kind of went.
Also watch the actual movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot there is a movie actually.
Yeah, that's actually the fun fact. The villain in Westworld, I think it's in the 70s. It's a 70s movie. That's what they had Arnold Schwarzenegger watch to be the Terminator. They're like act like the bad guy in Westworld.
All right.
It's not like a 10 out of 10, but I think it's worth watching.
Oh.
Succession.
All right, listen. Disney isn't the worst company. That title goes to Intel, but whatever.
I'm actually curious. Do you guys know what? Do you guys know which? I'm talking large cap. What large cap stocks are right now below, like March 2020 COVID lows? Is Disney below their lowest point?
Yeah.
Yes, Disney's at. I think. Let me. So I can share my screen here.
I think Amazon too. Amazon's below their COVID low, I think.
Screen.
Which is that? I mean, does that seem weird?
Let me see. Does this work?
Especially with inflation. So it's like if we do it inflation adjusted, Disney would be like way lower.
On, I got to go to like the system preferences and enable this.
I think like JC said, I think Amazon is as well. I don't know.
Yeah, Amazon, Meta.
Google
Curate.
not yet.
What'd you say, Bacon?
I said curate as a joke.
Oh, I got you. Julius says PayPal.
PayPal, yeah. That one's like 6 years low, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's not letting me actually do it here.
So what?
So no, I think like this question here. So do you know if Google's making a chat GPT comparison? No, absolutely. I mean, Amazon's doing one too.
Yeah, everyone is.
and
Google's even me. Yeah.
Yeah, Google's is actually scary because the actual what they got going on there, it's the actual software itself called itself sentient. Like they believe they're sentient. Kind of creepy, not gonna lie. Whatever.
I'm making it's like $50 a month, so it's way more expensive. But I have like my own Chat GPT thing. But like, it's just me like on the other side of the keyboard typing back to
you. It tells you how to get away with crimes, right?
Yeah.
Yo, is it a headwind though for Google? Like, let's say if they don't win this, and Google search is a decent segment too, right? Like, that's why you index fund, boy. Like, oh man, what if they don't win? What if Amazon wins this all and they become?
Does anyone here?
Million?
Would anyone here call themselves like a Chat GPT expert? Because I haven't used it at all.
Oh, dude, I love Chat. Yo, I love it. It's
is it overhyped? Because I've been seeing I've been seeing news articles that are like teachers are like I can't even give my kids assignments anymore because they can just.
Yo, Cole, it's legit. It's actually like really good. It's really well done.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
It's good in moments.
How do you tell your students to write a paper now?
Well, that's what people are claiming. They said it's not college level, but people are claiming high school level essays. You just put the prompt in, and you can't tell that a computer wrote it.
I mean, easy. You just say you handwrite the essay like old times in the classroom.
Oh yeah. Have it. It can't be printed. That's a good one. From what I heard, I haven't tested it myself, but from what I've heard, is you can be like, Chat GPT, give me an investing video script, and it like makes a script, and then you can type back to it. You can say, I didn't like paragraph 3 where you brought up Disney. Can you bring up Amazon instead? And then they'll like, obviously, I don't think it talks about investing stuff, but that's an example. Like, it can have that's a hard question for a computer to understand.
Well,
and
cool.
it'll fix the paragraph and like switch out what you want.
Well,
or you can be like, write this more in the style of Lord of the Rings, and it'll like make it sound like the book.
Well, Cole, I don't know if you tried this yet, but it has given exceptional financial advice, way better than 99% of finance YouTube channels.
Oh, that's such a low bar, though.
Yeah, but still, I love the way it I don't know, man. I like it. I think it's fantastic.
If you use ChatGPT for accounting, though, like you're set up for failure, though. Like,
no, I will say
this.
People are Okay, here's the thing. With new things, you gotta let this stuff play out. People are like, oh no, it's trash.
Oh yeah,
it's
sure,
like,
sure.
Let it play out. Let it play out.
Sure,
like,
but
it'll evolve, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
sure,
it's a great starter.
Again, like for now though, yeah, like it's okay for what it is. I wouldn't overhype it though. Like
yeah, some people are acting
give it some time to cook.
So
I don't know. I'm just saying it's not overhyped because it's free. It's free. Anyone can use it.
Lincoln says every time I join the stream, Kingdom sounds angry.
Oh, no. Oh, that's just how I am.
Kingdom of Angry Penguin.
It ain't a stream till something's called trash. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Well, these next couple ones, Kingdom might say are trash, but so we just heard from Kingdom at Cole. I don't know if he was in here, but Bacon, I don't know if you were in here or heard this, but Kingdom is buying 2 tech stocks, one of them being Tesla.
Idiot.
Oh dear God.
Being Tesla. And wait, can you repeat one more time? What was your buy signal?
Bubble Sun making a video today on Tesla. That's the bottom, and it went up 8% today.
Okay.
I don't. Does anyone? Because I don't think that actually works.
No, bro, it worked. Whoa. It worked.
It did work. It worked very well.
It's worked a couple times.
No, it worked a lot more.
I mean, it worked. He sold Meta and like apologized at like $90.
Bro, literally the bottom.
And the other one you're buying is Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So the one thing is with Tesla, man, that's one that it's a small position, right?
Yeah. Not even 1%. It's a starter position.
Okay. Because that's fair. Because I don't know, man. The momentum, like Tesla went to one side where
it's going to go to the other side. I can see it go down to 60. I could see it
going down to. Never mind.
No, I think 60 would probably be like the lowest it could possibly go, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it could go to 0.
Technically it could.
No, that's where the bears come in.
It technically could, but
yes.
I would say that we are going to find out, just as we found out when Meta was at really low lows, when Netflix was at really low lows, whenever any stock is at really low lows, that's when you find out who the investors are.
Smart?
No, not the smart ones. I guess the ones have guts because
guts. Yes, that's exactly.
Maybe their thesis is not really well thought out. Okay, they
clarify.
It is lower.
Just to clarify, the reason I'll always bring up it can go to 0.
Yeah,
is because something like Netflix. When Netflix is at 700, people were like, I think it's a little overpriced. Like it could fall to 500. And so I think people are just like a little optimistic about how far a stock could fall. It could, because I was like, wow, Meta could fall to like 120.
Like we've seen oil like hit negative prices, like oil futures for that one specific market hit negative.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jark brought up a good point this week. The sales numbers in China for EVs, like BYD is pulling way. I'm sure you saw. They're pulling way ahead of that for the last like 4 months. Like when he sent it to me, and I'm like, it's stunning. Like my jaw dropped.
Should I be really vindictive to that commenter? Not on YouTube, on Seeking Alpha. Remember, you guys saw it when part of the reason.
The Giga Chat?
Yeah. So part of the reasons why in that really long paragraph of my explanation towards that guy, one of them was like in China, right? This was 2020 or sorry 2021. This is way before this is out on the news. I'm like, you know, I was seeing that Tesla's involvement, the way they were doing it in China, was improper, and that, you know, Chinese companies were going to get inspired by Tesla, by the way they do things. And also, there were actually some really good reporters that just strictly report on China, by the way. They had some good content in their reporting when they were actually talking about Tesla. And this was like late 2021, actually. And actually, no, one of them was talking about it in the middle of 2021, talking about how Tesla was lured into China with like the golden carrot, right? And then after, at which point they were in China. And let me, sorry, I'll get rid of this comment real quick. So we
What
have
do they call Tesla in Chinese?
Doesn't matter. But point
They call
being,
him Elon Musk.
as soon as you, oh gosh, I wanted to send you guys the short that I found. It was a Chinese YouTube short. So it was in, you know, Mandarin words at the bottom. And
The fruit?
No, not the fruit. And point being, once Tesla was kind of situated in, all of a sudden, all these problems started with the Chinese government. All of a sudden, all these problems started with the Chinese government. A lot of those Tesla failures, those blow-ups from Tesla were filmed in China, by the way. But this short that I found, and it was just recommended to me by the YouTube algorithm. It was a Model Y that went AWOL and started running over people in the short. It just started bolting at like, you know, maybe like 100 miles an hour down the road, and it just kept hitting different objects, different, you know, people. It was a graphic video.
I could see Fabio doing that, and then like after he's like, "Oh yeah, I just lost control. I don't know what."
and just say and then just say something in Spanish.
But in all seriousness, I think that, you know, like Tesla was a bit too optimistic about, let's say, how the CCP operates. And I feel like
Look, I had seen on Reddit someone was tracking like prices of EV cars in China. Like, so I saw like a month or two ago, like BYD was way cheaper, but I didn't look further into it. And then I saw the sales numbers from Jark. I'm like, wow, you can see it. Like, I mean, you're talking 40,000 to 65,000, like huge differences in the starting prices. And it's like, are the Chinese backing BYD? You know, how would you even know? How would you even know that?
Yeah.
There's no SEC filing to tell you that. Like,
a lot of times they actually subsidize their energy costs. So Tesla can't compete with that. Your energy costs are nothing, and so you can afford to offer it at a lower price domestically, and then forget about it externally. So those are some of the things like Chinese government has done for a bunch of industries over the years. But with some of the things like Tesla, even domestically in the United States, their biggest market here, like we've been talking, you know, for a while. I mean, how many live streams do we have talking about demand destruction? Like inflation causing a lot of, you know, costs in the necessities to skyrocket, lowering the amount of discretionary spend available to a lot of consumers. And I mean, it's no secret, who can afford a Tesla, right? There's some people
Fabio.
There's some people who stretch themselves to afford that Tesla, and those people are more probably a lot more than people really realize. I think there was one stat way back when there was like a decent amount of people who are switching from Toyota, not Lexus, Toyota to Tesla. I think that was like a stat from like 2019, 2020. I found that wild. Probably find that or fact check me on that. I think it was Toyota.
Yeah. So
what do you think will collapse first with Tesla? Their margins or their growth? Like
growth.
Which one's going to hit a wall first?
Growth.
The growth.
I'm going to say their margins, because if we follow the best analysts being at ARC, you could set Tesla's revenues to 0 and their value will still expand. But they might be onto something. BYD and other car companies can't stock split the way Tesla can. Yeah, bullish right there. Boom. Tambros rule the world, motherfuckers.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Bacon. So this is what I remembered. I didn't have the stat in front of me, but yeah, no, this is what it was back in the day, and I found that stat crazy back when. All right, but that's kind of what was a sign of the times, and I feel like that's that customer base, that type of consumer, they're not going to be buying a Tesla next year.
Wait, but
no, definitely not. Like I always viewed Tesla as a luxury car company, and they got some other nitpicks that they're trying to do. And people are like, oh yeah, Tesla needs to make a $30,000 car. They're not going to. You can think that they are, but they're not going to. The margins are absolute garbage when you make like those like little sedans or whatever. If Tesla just focuses on their luxury brand, because that's what they have that luxury brand style to them. So they got that going for them. And I don't know what their Cybertruck margins are going to be. Definitely not better than Ford margins, in my opinion, with their F-150.
You're making Dan cringe here.
There is out of
Wait,
all.
No,
I'm telling you, F-150. Oh well, F-150. They added, I think, a third shift to their plant. They're hiring, increasing production on the F-150 Lightning.
nice.
It's very positive signs. So
Yeah,
out
they're
of
2 years ahead of Chevy or the Silverado EV, which I think looks terrible. I guess we'll see, but
Out of all 50 states in America, there's only one state where the most popular car is the Toyota Corolla.
What state, please?
Probably like
I'm
Ohio.
gonna tell you. You have to put in one answer first, and then
Toyota Corolla, California.
Dan.
what state?
There's one state in the country where a Toyota Corolla is the most popular car.
Think of a boring state.
Mississippi.
Kingdom.
Idaho.
Bacon.
Liquid state.
I don't know what that is. Oh, because
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah. No, well, I asked the question to make fun of Fabio. So
What?
yeah,
What?
Florida?
yeah, it's Florida. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it is
Because
it
they
is
all drive
overall-
uninsured, beat up old Dodge Rams down there, don't they?
Overall,
Ah.
it is the sixth most popular car in the country overall.
They got
Okay.
crocodiles to deal with. I don't know why they're buying a Corolla. No.
Well, that's interesting about the F-150 Lightning. I did not test drive that vehicle, but I wasn't gonna buy a truck. But
The storage. Have you seen the storage on those, man? Oh my god.
The Ford F-Series pickups are the number 2 most
I
popular.
mean, I love when people crap on Ford. I
No, they're great. No, I wasn't
No
even
one likes
crapping
it. Everyone hates it. I'm like, that's great. Keep hating it. Like, that's fine.
Yeah. No, Ford's fantastic. It's I'm just saying that I don't think the Tesla Cybertruck will ever have margins close to the
No.
F-150 Lightning, never. But they'll get close, I think. I think there will always be that niche, weird people in Seattle that'll probably buy the Cybertruck, but I don't know.
Do you remember
What's
that
it
live
called,
stream?
when you bring a car out, it's not really a revenue generator for a company. It's just like a show car. There's a term for it. Like
Showcase or I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
Like when Nissan came out with like the NSX. Like they weren't really trying. They're just like, hey, look what we can build. They're not really trying to make money.
like to showcase the technology.
Yeah, the car companies do that. So
They do that. Video
that
games
could be the
developers do
Cybertruck
it
if
too.
Elon was smart. You could just showcase, like, keep the sale or numbers down. But
Do you guys remember that live stream we did a long time ago where a lot of people don't realize this, like, because they always cite the Ford has all this debt, right? And they don't really I guess they never seen a video maybe explaining that. I still should probably do the video because I only have it in a live stream. And if you saw the live stream, you saw the live stream. If you didn't see the live stream, you didn't see the live stream.
Yeah, Ford
Talk
credit.
to the audience here. But
yeah, like every car company has a finance wing, and people hold that against Ford, GM, and
Let
stuff.
it
Like,
let it
okay,
let it be
Toyota's
known.
or Tesla will have one someday.
Will they?
Matter of
I don't.
time.
They're structured differently though. No, so I don't think.
Well,
they will.
Tesla doesn't have. I think 20 years from now, there's not going to be a dealership.
See, that's
like
the thing
anything.
that's what I like about Tesla too. They're just structured differently than a lot of these legacy car companies, right? So I don't know.
Yeah. Bullish stock split. Bearish no stock split.
Yeah, let it be known. I'm probably never going to own an American car.
Yeah, neutral would be if Tesla did a reverse stock split.
if
Yo,
I could, I wouldn't own a car. How about
Yeah,
that?
yo, that comment basically tells you, yo, what's wrong with index funds, bro? Like, it's all good. Like, I'm 70% index. It's all good.
So let me read this question in full. Hey, Fabio, market history has shown us that most top 10 stocks aren't the same top 10 stocks the next decade. It's really time. Is this time really different in your opinion for big tech, and why? Okay, so here's some caveats. One, I think it's case by case basis, but just because they're not in the top 10 doesn't mean that they, like just died off or something. They could just not perform to the same extent they did in the past 10 years. And there's
like
other companies that kind of come up and shine, things that we didn't really think of. Maybe.
Pop quiz. What was the largest company in America 8 years ago?
8 years ago, ExxonMobil.
ExxonMobil.
Yeah, ExxonMobil. Yep.
Ah,
and now
damn
it's
it.
I don't think it's in the top 10. It might be.
ExxonMobil's market cap right now is like 400 billion.
It's 3 to 400 billion.
Yeah, like
so
you know what got out? You know, guess what companies got out? Flipping Tesla, my Tesla.
Yeah.
Oh, also some banks as well were in the top 10.
Oh, but actually, to add to this guy's question about it's so you talk 8 years. So 2014, Exxon, biggest country in America. 2020, people are like, you'd be an idiot to buy oil. Like we're not going to use it anymore.
That's when I was buying oil.
Yeah.
That's when I was buying oil.
That's how fast opinion can change.
To be fair, that's a bad example because that's a cyclical company, right?
But that would be like if in 2020, if in 4 years, people are like, well, nobody's ever going to own a smartphone.
Well, it's cyclical but it depends, because it's cyclical if everyone thinks like this. When good times are there, oil price is high. When I say good times, by the way, I mean for oil companies, not for people, because we don't like that. Good times are good. Everyone says let's produce more. So it's just that. Then yes, it gets cyclical. But
it also depends. Like when it comes to that quote, like I keep hearing that quote, and I keep wondering, like, what's the sample size on that?
What quote?
Mm-hmm. This
top
one right here.
10 stocks? With the top 10 stocks?
Yeah, top 10 for a decade. Like the next decade. Those top 10 aren't in there because like there have been like some pretty big like seismic shifts in terms of like demographics to like different macro regimes and what have you. Even though I'm a macro tourist,
I'm going to say by 20. I'm giving myself a lot of wiggle room here. In the year January 1st, 2035. So we're looking about 12 years out. There's a 0% probability that Apple is the largest company in the world.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I think Apple's going to.
Obviously, okay. God
I hate Apple.
Kingdom's gonna say Apple's trash.
Apple's trash.
Heard it here, folks.
No. So, like, honestly, it's as simple as just a management change, right?
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't. I honestly, this is me personally. Yeah, I also wouldn't invest in Apple though.
I don't think the setup's there personally. I really don't think the setup's there. I think you're brave. See, usually people say, okay, you're brave for buying that stock that's like down 80-90%. Let's just say that, and then let's hypothetically say it is a good company. People will say you're brave for that, but I think you're brave for buying the stock that's trading at all-time high multiples. The growth isn't there to support that, and it's not like a consumer staple, right? Where you could make the argument, right? Like let's say, I'm not going to use Hershey's because Hershey's is egregious, but
Hershey's is
egregious. But that's the first one that came to mind because I was like, well, Hershey's is always at like a crazy premium.
Yeah. So right now in 2022, 48.7%. So we'll just call it 50%. 50% of 50% of smartphones in America are iPhones.
Yeah.
which is not remotely what any other country in the world looks like, as far as I'm aware. So I feel like eventually, you're just like, I had an Android for 2 years, and my family's kind of rude anyway, but like I couldn't see them without them being like, yeah, my text messages sure are green when I message you. I think there's so much stigma, and I think eventually, Android's just going to get a little bit more popular.
Well,
Android's the dominant player though worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah, but you get bullied in America.
Who cares about America? Whatever.
I think in the United States, the thing is the dominance of iMessage. While that's not the case elsewhere in the world, everywhere else in the world they use third-party apps. That nullifies the point of iMessage, right? So if I text Kingdom right now, if I text a Canadian right now, they're probably going to say use WhatsApp, right? Yep. And then so now between Kingdom and I don't even know what Kingdom has. He could have an Android. I don't know. It's through WhatsApp. And if I text a lot of family members across the world, or they text each other in their country, it's typically through WhatsApp. But let's say like other third-party ones in some countries might be more popular. The point is, it doesn't have that same, let's say, stigma because they don't really even use iMessage.
All of Apple's profit comes from they're stupid bullshit. For Christmas, my parents. So I have an no. How stupid is this? I have an iPhone. I think it's like the 13. It's like one of the. I don't think it's the newest one, but it's like it came out like a year ago.
That was funny. The way you phrased that just killed me.
For Christmas, I got an Apple Watch. Comes with a
charger.
charger.
On stupid bullshit.
Comes with a charger. Doesn't fit into the adapter for my phone. I have to go buy a new adapter.
How do I plug that into my DCF?
Yeah, luckily it fits into this computer. I didn't even know my computer had this socket. Luckily it fits.
Whatever your number is, Paul thinks it's half of that.
Yeah. No. That's so fact with Apple. They always have to be like, no, they are a prime example of America. They just have to be different from everyone else, just a little bit. There's no innovation.
Honestly, I think there's going to be a lot of law stuff because I know was it India? India just passed a law that all phones have to be the same USB.
Same USB. They banned Chinese. They banned China stuff, and I'm like, yes, F you, China.
I will never own an iPhone. Never.
Look, I'm not even opposed. You guys are gonna laugh. I'm not opposed to switching to the Google Pixel.
I have the Google Pixel.
How is it?
It's great. It's fantastic. Love it.
Man, I'll switch out of the iPhone for the Google Pixel.
I'll switch over to.
Wait. There you go.
Samsung.
Whoa!
I'll switch over.
Wow, you're poor, but anyway.
I'll switch over to Carrier Pigeon.
It's an S22 Plus. Fucker. I spent so much of my kids' college.
Who's the one the phone folds in half? Is that Samsung?
Yeah, I think it's Samsung.
Have you ever touched that thing?
No.
It's terrible. Like you feel like you're gonna break it. Like after 10 times.
And it's like
I just noticed Stock Talk.
No, you can do it like 20,000 times and it works. It's like,
Stock Talk is way more fun when we talk about like using the products in real life instead of just like going over numbers.
Well, I enjoy going over numbers, but whatever.
So I wanted to cover this, by the way, real estate, because that's actually a.
Did we answer this fucking question?
We did.
We did.
Answer the question.
So the answer is yeah. If a stock. Every stock you think is untouchable is going to be bankrupt tomorrow.
Okay.
And this is why he buys
# not financial advice.
He wants to underperform forever. All right.
Okay. Well, by the way, I know Strongman's not watching right now because he probably either went to bed or is doing something else. But the debate is happening. When I get back, I'll set it up, and it's going to be Kingdom.
Yeah.
Dan, you can participate too because I know you have those similar thoughts. And then Cole, if you want to help out Strongman. So if it's 2v2, those are going to be the champions. Cole, Strongman, Dan.
Yeah, man, I'm going to come out swinging.
Or if it's one-on-one, it's going to be Kingdom, Strongman, because that was the original setup.
I mean, you lost last time, Cole, so step it up.
I'm not a debater.
We should get tag team belts here.
Why do you think I upload videos talking by myself?
Hey, he has a point there. Let's keep it out 1v2, all right? Me and Dan versus Strong. I'm just kidding. Complete obliteration.
Yeah.
The next topic that I did want to cover, though, is this one right here, real estate. So I put in the title, time to shop for RE. I got to tell you, I finally have been finding some good deals in my area. Well, not this area right now where I currently am, but my area where I normally reside.
You said you're keeping your cash in 2-year treasuries until the market corrects.
That is not me as a creator. That's
something. That was Meet Kevin.
And that person's in an index. An ETF for 2-year treasuries. Yeah, the worst.
Rolling over, yeah.
But I think for real estate, there's different opportunities both in the private sector, depending on what market you're in. And I think you're going to start to see more of that because remember, my commentary on this was 6 months to a year from the Wells Fargo report earlier this year when they started announcing the drawdown in their mortgage markets. It depends on your market because some markets are going to be hot no matter what. Okay. Remember from the great financial crisis, some markets did not experience real estate drawdown. Others felt it intensely. You can think of Phoenix, Arizona, but maybe my area won't feel it that much, but here and there might be some good deals. So I'm going to probably actually buy some rentals. I might end up doing content on it. I don't know. But in the REIT sector, something that anyone can participate in, I've been finding some good deals. I don't know if you guys Want to comment on that?
I don't want to tempt you, but you would break 5,000 subscribers within a week if you made a video titled "How much money I made from my 3 rental properties this month."
I don't.
And then a picture of you holding up 3 $100 bills.
I would not do a video on that. That would be private for me. But
Yeah.
I would show the rental.
But you can just lie. There's no law against it.
No, I just say I made $100.
Yeah, say like, I made $837 this month.
I made $100.
It's just you. It's not even your house. You're just like walking. You're just standing in front of a house, going, "I made $100."
There's a guy that comes out. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Just turn around.
Dude, I meant to bring it up earlier. I watched a video of a Chinese YouTuber talking about Teslas, but I didn't understand him.
Was it
Yeah,
Elon Musk?
Yeah, I don't think the Canadian real estate will ever be good, but we'll see.
Oh man,
Does Canada do 30-year or 40-year mortgages typically?
30. They'll honestly, I'm speculating. We're probably gonna eventually do 99 years. Pretty sure.
Yeah. I like how everyone was like, okay, we could build more houses,
Which they should.
or we could just make you pay for longer. One of those is easier.
They should build more. It's the issue is the regulation in Canada. It's ridiculous.
that's the issue in every area.
Canada is the same. How they're roughly the same square footage as America, right? Continental.
I mean, but then
The point is we have 10 times the population, right? Isn't Canada just like 30 million people?
It's literally like it's less than California.
That entire country has to be just land waiting to be housed.
Well, no, like
but like how many people want to live in the Yukon though?
Yeah,
to be fair.
it's a very thin bit of land you can really use in Canada.
Yeah.
What's like how much of Canada? So is there like the top half of Canada, like nobody even lives there?
90% of the land is not used.
Yeah. Like was it 90% live within 100 miles of the U.S. border?
Exactly.
Right? Something like that.
Is part of Canada like? How far does it go? Like, is it near the North Pole, like the very top?
Yes.
Yes, we have Santa Claus.
Pretty vast up there.
He's pretty fat.
We should. Us five? Do y'all want to like go get a house in Canada?
No,
Make YouTube videos and.
No, Canada's trash.
A creator house?
Yeah. We can go to. They have 7-Eleven in Canada.
You want to create a
No,
house?
the whole point of me doing like interviews without showing my face like was relative anonymity.
No, hold on. So we're in Canada. It's what is like -10 right now? What's the temperature?
Yeah, the
So
weather.
it's like -10. It's 2 a.m. We just finished up a live stream. Guys, let's all go to 7-Eleven, get some Fritos.
Cole is dreaming right now of like the boys, right? Oh, just so you guys know, I mean, it'd be like, he's imagining this right here, like the
Gotta head out.
table,
Oh, the boys! Look at that.
We got the cards. We just did a live stream. We
Yeah.
popped the whiskey.
Get the cigars.
Get the cigar.
Nah, but seriously, like if I ever leave Canada, I'd probably like live in Texas, man. Austin. That would be kind of cool.
Fabio, have you ever done Airbnb? Like as the not as the user, as the host.
No. So like what
Like for real estate, the only two industries I'm really focused on is like self-storage and apartments. I think at this point, I used to be big into warehouse REITs, but I don't see much opportunity right now in there. They're all very expensive, and then I don't know. It's so hard. It's like everything you learned about stocks is backwards almost when you look at a REIT.
Yeah, and
Like all the rules you'd apply to a normal company, it's like nope, flip that upside down. That's a REIT. And then
I asked Dan why he was so bullish on real estate, and he was like, "Well, they're not making more land."
yeah, I don't know. Like when it came to REITs, like I did my research. I even read a book. I got the book right here. I freaking read this.
Oh, you want to put our sponsor for today's
Oh
live?
yeah. Sponsor is these guys, Freeman Publications. They got the
oh,
biggest.
let me pull my book out. Woo.
Wow.
the biggest clickbait. They say beat inflation with consistent 9% dividends. But like in general, I'm not a fan of. I did my research with REITs. I read the book. I did everything, and what I've came to conclusion is like you're better off with the index. I don't know. You're not. You can find some exceptional, like some good REITs, like realty income, but they're not realty income is not going to have the same returns like it did in the past. It's just not going
I
to.
don't think so either.
So the index is better. It's a better option. I don't know. I think I'm wasting my time because I want to get compensated for the time I put into researching, right? So like if I'm not going to get that with REITs, and there's no guarantee I pick the right ones. There's no guarantee. Like I can just say, oh yeah, I'll just stick to the industrial ones. There's no guarantee.
Wait, is there some index that owns like every REIT?
Yeah, but those are garbage.
VNQ. No, VNQ is outperformed actually.
Is it good though?
Outperformed what?
All the other indexes. Well, I don't think QQ or the Nasdaq.
S&P 500.
Wait, actually, it might have actually outperformed the Nasdaq. I forget, but no, I think it's definitely outperformed the S&P.
But the sheer size of it, but the sheer size of it, I don't know if it's gonna still continue to outperform. I don't know.
VNQ.
Yeah.
No, it's just like, do you know how much real estate there is
All
to
right.
consolidate?
Yeah, I was talking to Fabio about VNQ, and Fabio was just like, "Well, they're not making new land."
Outperformed what? Oh wait, maybe I gotta do dividends reinvested. Hold up.
Yeah, you do.
You probably have reinvest a lot of dividends.
It's like 2% 5 years. I'm like, well, what are you talking about?
No, so
dividends reinvested.
the problem with that though is it doesn't account for taxes. So if you account for taxes, I don't think that same statistic holds true. So yeah, because people when they go back and they measure it, they don't account for taxes. But you know, the S&P, right? They're paying corporate taxes, but in the REITs, they're not paying corporate tax. You're paying individual tax, so that's not captured in the measure.
Okay, so I don't know.
People always talk about taxes, but that's
Okay.
80% of investors can like fit all their investment into retirement accounts.
Okay, so I'm looking at VNQ, 10 years, 200% S&P, 83 for VNQ. And I'm doing total return.
You got to go back farther than the last 10 years. So it's like
it's outperformed the S&P 500, but you have to start exactly at August 3rd, 2013.
Oh man, that's so no, it's
no. You go back further than that. It's outperformed. Yeah.
Can it go back to the 1800s?
No. Now, so someone actually brought up Crown Castle International, CCI. I think that's I'm not saying the person brought it up because Bill Gates owns a lot of it, but Bill Gates does own a lot of it. And they do a lot of cell towers. Cell towers are one of the best real estate businesses. The margins are absolutely incredible. So if you actually look at American Tower, which is actually the largest one, then you have Crown Castle, then you have another one. I think you have like two other smaller ones, but one of them much bigger than the other one. So Crown Castle International, pretty solid. I think Crown Castle more focuses on urban centers than American Tower. American Tower, unlike the name, by the way, versus Crown Castle International, which one do you think of the two is the more international stock?
Crown Castle International.
No, you would think so because of the
I
name.
know, so I don't want to say.
Yeah, it's American Tower. American Tower is extremely international, even though the name is American Tower Corporation.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, they got the 5G infrastructure stuff, right?
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
They're extremely profitable. Their margins are.
Wait, you're telling me Bill Gates owns a bunch of 5G towers? Color me shocked.
That's where I think a lot of that topic or talk came from, was the ownership in Crown Castle International. Because
nice.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I just looked at the VNQ and it's trash. I don't know. You're like, oh no, we have to go all the way back to like 1986 where nobody was born, and they outperformed it.
Yeah, 5G networks are definitely strong enough to destroy the DNA in your cells. That's a very real thing.
No, well, because Kingdom, so it does matter what's kind of going on in the market. Remember, the past decade we had very little inflation.
Very low interest rates.
Yeah, it's not the same. Also, REITs would do better in a market where they're basically able to acquire real estate at better and better cap rates, right? The cap rates for the past decade have gotten pretty bad. So, and a lot of money started flooding into real estate, both on even like the private equity side, alternative asset managers. So a lot of competition kind of flooded into it. That could be, by the way, that's arguments to say that, will that continue? Maybe.
And my other thing is too, like, as these companies get bigger and bigger, no one property is going to really move the needle, and the competition is pretty intense anyways. And my thing is not saying that REITs will not outperform. It's more, and they haven't. It's more so will you get compensated for that work that you put in? Because there's a lot of bad real estate out there. For example, you're buying office REITs right now, right? Correct? Like
Hey, whoa! I gotta.
What?
Okay, we were gonna talk about that.
No, I'm not gonna mention the names. I'm not gonna mention the names.
No, we can talk about it. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say an example. Like, so you're buying office REIT right now, but even you'll want most of the office REITs are hot garbage.
Yeah.
So like.
Not
some
garbage.
guy, and I'm just saying this for more so for the general audience. It's like you're going to spend, let's say, 12, 13 hours, first of all, understanding what a REIT is, going into everything. And you're like, oh, this one's undervalued. And you buy this and you just lose 90% of your money, right? Or you could just, stick with the index, call it a day. And then, with your 5 to 15%, you can play around with whatever. That's my thing with REITs. I just don't think you're getting compensated enough for the work that you put in. But, that's just me.
Is there some kind of index for like companies with bad reputations, like private prisons, tobacco, oil?
I would love
to.
Yeah, almost, but not limited to sin stuff. Like, I guess, like, I don't know a good example. I guess it'd be like theoretically if Twitter was still public, that would be an because everyone's like, yeah, Twitter's going bankrupt because Elon ruined it.
We have another guest. Time.
Guys.
Oh, we are gone.
Tips.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
This guy's been on here before, right? But I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy.
Well, you have seen him.
The Metroid profile picture, or whatever.
Ticker symbol U.
That's me. That's me.
Fabio, take the comments off the screen so I can see his name.
Oh, sorry. But I do want to.
That's a good question, though. It's a good question.
It is a good question.
Did you want to talk about office REITs or?
I do want to talk about office REITs, but we can talk about this.
Wait, is this Gondar?
Yeah. We've done it like 5 times.
Chat. I'm gonna smack shit.
I should put like Gondar in parentheses next to my name.
Yeah, probably. Who the fuck is Andrew?
Me.
That'd be like if Kingdom of Finance would be like hit his face and was like, "Yeah, guys, it's me, Pete."
Are you calling me out? That's our whole channel.
Yeah.
I never show my face. All right, whatever.
So you like this question, Fabio?
So we do have the AFFO per share for REIT increase. I'm looking at MPW AFFO per share is kind of flat. Yeah.
Is that the degenerate healthcare REIT?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Explain these acronyms for me.
Okay, so AFFO stands for Adjusted Funds from Operations. So you have AFFO and FFO. You can use kind of it adds some other things in, like it takes into account increases in rent, for example. Mm-hmm. But I would say yes. Ideally, you would want to see on a per share basis. Let's call it a different way, kind of interchangeably with these. Let's say the cash flow. You want the cash flow of the REIT to per share on a per share basis to be increasing, because if it's growing on an absolute basis, REITs are typically all of them are going to be diluting you along the way. So the real, let's say, value creation is if they're being accretive with their acquisitions or their rent increases or whatever. So yeah, but my problem with MPW right now is there are some scandals that got to get through, I think. And I have a speculative holding in it. I have a negative video on MPW. You guys can check that video out if you want more color on that. But the speculation is kind of to have fun and see, okay, what if the bear case is wrong and those things are kind of overblown? This is historically a very attractive yield to be buying MPW at. And you would think that the real estate they do own is quite sticky. Of course, it's a double-edged sword because your tenant can't really move somewhere else because you can't just build a hospital next to the current hospital. However, if the tenant goes bankrupt, well, it's not really much you can do with the real estate after that. You can maybe turn it into an apartment complex. I think there's some case studies that we can point to.
I saw someone bought like an abandoned preschool and they just live there now. It was cool. Yeah, they have like a whole cafeteria kitchen.
I'm gonna okay. Let me shout out like the Canadian version of that one. There's a Canadian degenerate healthcare REIT. It's called Northwest Healthcare Properties, NWH.UN. So if you want to be a degenerate, you can look at that one. That one has like a 9% yield as well. So
Gondar, explain it. What is this? I haven't heard a single thing anyone said for like a minute because I've just been like, what? what is this camera or setting that has completely obscured your background?
You can blur it. I can do it right now.
Really? Oh, it's like native. To,
Oh,
yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I actually hacked StreamYard.
You hacked StreamYard. Oh, that's
Here, look.
Just to hide. I'm actually in Romania with my Bugattis. And I'm hiding
yeah. Can we just talk about real quick? Never in a million years, but that's like a Mad Lib. Like Andrew Tate tweeted a video to Greta Thunberg about small dicks, and then got arrested because he had a local.
There goes monetization, right?
Bro, Cole, why do you mess it up?
And he got arrested because the video had a local pizza place box in it. That's the most AI generated news story ever.
ChatGPT made that up.
Yeah.
What I was going to say on the real with medical properties, like what's the stuff they have to work through, and also if you're investing in healthcare properties other than like hospitals, I guess you're like it'd be like local doctors' offices and things like that.
Yep,
like,
and I got a ticker for you on that, but
yeah, I'm just asking you about. I haven't looked at them at all. So just kind of saying like, what are they working through? And
so,
oh my gosh, 13% short interest. Oh, I don't know if I want to touch this.
Whoa.
That's why we emphasize it's degenerate. It's degenerate. So I think me and another subscriber in the Discord community, we're both in it together, and we're kind of just laughing about it. Because we've been in and out of it.
You're laughing, Fabio. 3 people died, and you're laughing.
Oh, they're murderers.
I mean, that benefits me.
I haven't seen that meme in like 7 years.
But
that was the Colorado movie theater shooter, right?
Oh my goodness! All right, this is taking a dark turn. Let's bring it back to like medical properties.
Yeah, I mean,
well, they went to the hospital, Fabio.
Okay, well, you have skilled nursing facilities like Honeycomb is actually mentioning here, and rehab centers. You also have hospitals. You also have clinics, practices, medical practices. So the one for that one is Physicians Realty Trust, ticker symbol DOC. I think the yield on that one is lower. There's less pessimism around that name, but DOC. And there's a couple other ones that their names escape me. So some of them focus on urban real estate, urban medical real estate. Others focus on, let's say, mid-market real estate opportunities in like less developed cities, so up and coming cities maybe, but less developed cities, or maybe small towns, stuff like that. So all these different strategies.
You have some that run laboratories.
Yeah. Also you reminded me, not only laboratories but research campuses as well. The one that what is that one? You liked it actually, or you liked the company. What's the name of it? Is
Alexandria Real Estate?
There's that one, and there's one more that we were talking about like a long time ago.
The office one?
Yeah, and it's a big one.
Vornado.
No. Sorry. Medical, but it's medical offices.
Shit.
It's a big one. It's one of the biggest ones. It's literally one of the biggest ones. It's escaping. It's a medical REIT, and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And at one point during the pandemic, it was insanely cheap. I think it was yielding around 10% or more. And now, of course, it's yielding a lot less. It's recovered a lot. Oh gosh. Anyways, if I don't remember it, just believe me. It starts with a V, I think. I think it starts with a V.
Virgin.
No, it's not.
Oh wait.
Gondar, when you joined, was your wife yelling at you?
Yeah.
You didn't take the trash out?
No. It's just our relationship.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
No.
Can I mention like
unironically it is though, but like in a very like we mess with each other. Like in a
it's okay. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
I realized that sounded like really bad when I said that. I was like, oh,
yeah.
no, not like that.
I don't know if you brought this up on a stream before, but there's this
Ventas.
That's the one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, Chad is undefeated.
What is undefeated with chat? What's going on?
Oh, someone
they said Ventas.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, I was looking elsewhere. I was actually Googling.
Is that Aerotime the nanocrap?
I had to look it up on my REIT list. I'm like, it's on. I have a list of every REIT in America on in an Excel file.
My goodness.
It's not as many as you think. It's like less than 200.
Okay.
So there's not that. Yeah, there's not as many as people think actually out there.
Dude, look at all the bros we're getting.
Oh my god.
Spray Punk TV.
Is this when we went on Paul's and we reviewed him to death?
Dude, that was hilarious. He got
Oh
so
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So apparently Paul is LeBron James and Strongman is a D3 player, but they have a framed picture of Strongman's video.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Oh, Fabio didn't. So someone in the comments, I guess the interns.
Did
that
anyone not
everything-
see that, by the way?
I
We
did
all
not see
saw
that.
that. Yo, it's goofy. Like, why do
Yeah.
they? I don't know.
For anyone in chat that didn't see it, Everything Money printed out physically Strongman's thumbnail of
yes,
them
yes.
and framed it, and it's in a video.
I'll put it up here. I'll pull it up because that's so funny. So Cole, by the way, if you see Cole's name here, you'll see what I named him. But
Didn't someone in the Discord post that they commented and just said
sorry, I
the
gotta
numbers that we put in the software are just to demonstrate? They don't actually represent what we believe about his
Oh, I
stock.
didn't see that. I didn't.
Someone
Hear that.
posted that in the Discord. I'm like, so what? Your videos are just infomercials for your software? Like,
Well, they are anyway.
I know it's like they don't even give a shit what they throw in those.
That's
yeah.
a screenshot from the video.
Well, Dan.
There, and that's
no,
the
just so you see
I
that
see
it is. You see it in the
Yeah.
back right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I mean, Dan, their whole channel is just a whole like it's just every single video is an advertisement. That's all it is.
Well, I laughed. Like, what was it? Was it Amazon where they have negative cash flow and he just puts in positive to run the DCF model?
Yeah, because you get a negative price.
He's like, it's okay. They'll just throw in positive numbers. I mean, they'll just appear.
No.
Yeah.
So here's the issue with that. They keep the same ones. Like Amazon isn't gonna keep increasing those margins over time with AWS and all that stuff.
Was that Netflix that Mo put in a 0% margin and he got a $0 stock price for it?
Oh,
Yes.
Netflix! Oh my
To
god!
be fair, if I did 0% margins in perpetuity, I'd probably also.
Well, yeah, of course the stock would be worthless. Yeah.
Sorry, top target. So he's actually writing his analysis there. Like,
By the way, we're speaking to the well-known doctor in valuation here, the creator, none other than the GMM method.
that is right. I did create.
Wait,
that.
yeah, actually, I have some questions about your legitimate questions about your mathematics.
Okay.
Oh god.
No, this is not a joke whatsoever. You said something about you.
People are gonna write it down. Don't sell it.
Explain it to me. Explain it to me again.
Okay, so basically what you do is I must admit that I didn't make. So you know, like mathematics normally. Well, maybe this.
Yeah, now in math, yeah.
Someone makes a theory of something, and someone comes along and is like, "Well, actually, no. Like, you have to add this little thing to actually make it work." So I'm just the
Yeah, no,
person
I mean,
who
I've
made the
taken math.
original the part. Fabio's the one that made it actually a working model. So what I said was, if you take Joseph Carlson's midpoint fair valuation of a stock, and then you take Everything Money's midpoint fair valuation of a stock, and you add those together, and then divide by 2, you will have the right price to buy that stock at.
You actually just answered all my questions. I swear yesterday you said you subtract the Mo's price. I didn't get that part, but you said add there.
Well, first of all, I don't know. Mo's a dumbass. So
We're making it up as we go. Yeah.
You have to do. I don't know if I've done it with Mo yet. With Paul.
So when Mo, so actually, I think that works because Bubbleston gave what Netflix like a $800 price, and Mo gave it a 0, so that gives you 400.
Can I say? And I don't really want to talk too long about Everything Money, but I don't understand. Like, there's certain things that like don't make sense. And Mo said it in a video recently. They don't like people that have government contracts, and I don't get it. They act like it's like worse.
Well, they
than
also
having-
don't like people.
Oh, I didn't get that reference when you said that. I was like, I must have missed something.
So he was talking about Palantir, and he's like, well, so first of all, I've heard before Paul has said, like, I don't like companies that get income from the government.
Paul said he doesn't like people who get government assistance.
But that's because Paul's a libertarian, so I think it's because he thinks that like.
Well, I
government's
think
evil,
I
so you
think
can't-
Paul believes in a negative income tax, which is
Well, he's a spoiled
basically
brat, and he's a baby trust
basic
fund and
income.
all that garbage.
But today, I don't know if you guys heard this, but like, I think he was looking at Palantir, Mo was, and he's like, "Oh well, they're not just a government company anymore, which is good because I don't like companies that are just relying on the government for income." And I was like, why? It's like the most guaranteed income stream. Why would you not? I don't
Well,
know.
Well, you know how the government is.
Yeah, they spend money, and so if you get that money,
Wouldn't a libertarian's main criticism of the government be they just throw billions of dollars needlessly at companies? Seems like that would make the company good.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like. I think anyone's argument is like a government contract's a good thing.
Well, here's what Paul thinks: within the next 10 years, we're going to have a 15% flat tax, so they're going to have to cut all those contracts.
What?
Which is
like corporate or
no, like income tax.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
But yeah. So stock, but not stock related. The topic I wanted. It's the new year, so you know, big changes coming to Cole's world here. You know, it's the new year. I don't know if you guys heard. What browser will y'all be using in 2023 to surf the internet?
Edge. I always use Edge.
Edge.
Yeah.
Chrome.
I'm right now. I've been on Chrome for about 12 years or so. A lot of people are really pumping Firefox last couple of years, thinking about switching to Firefox.
I don't know why this is when I use Firefox, because I tried to switch to Firefox. It just would like, and I tried to use it at work and stuff, it would make my computer run really slow.
I use Firefox.
Well, I think aren't all the Chromium browsers not going to support ad block eventually?
So what they're going to do is they're going to make ad block run worse. Is kind of like I talked to someone who literally works like in this industry and works with like basically trying to get around ad block. And he said basically like he went a lot more in depth, but basically the TLDR is that ad block will still work, but the way it can work is going to be more limited, so it'll be easier to get around. Basically.
Well, I assume Google is, because I mean, how much money are they losing on YouTube from ad block? Probably like a.
Well, Google could do it. Twitch. I mean, Google can turn that lever on whenever they want. Because look at Twitch.
I think they turned it off though. I'm pretty sure like half the time the Google ad block doesn't even work. Pretty sure.
No, the ad block I use works every single time.
Wow, that's why I got YouTube Premium. That's why I got YouTube Premium, because like half the time it didn't work. At least the one
I got YouTube Premium so I could listen on my phone and turn the phone off.
Oh yeah, the Spotify thing. Yeah, I like that.
Is this technically somebody? This is semi joke question, semi serious question. Is this illegal? If I buy Hulu with ads, but my ad blocker stops the ads, is that illegal? Because like I'm paying them less than the non-ad version, but I'm watching it without ads. Could that be
you
some kind
monetized,
of
right?
What?
This isn't gonna get monetized?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Because like honestly, Hulu can go fuck themselves. So who really cares?
Oh yeah, is Hulu majority owned by Disney or just a?
I don't know.
They're owned by Disney. Yeah, they're owned by Disney.
Whenever I try to watch anything on
Not
that,
entirely, right?
It's a minute and 30 of ads every 6 minutes, and it just pisses me off. So I'm like,
so ad blocker used to not work with Hulu for me, but then like a year ago it started working again. So I don't see ads on Hulu anymore.
Oh, Jeff, what did they look at when they looked at the 10K? Like, do you remember?
The PE ratio.
Really, really quickly, actually, this kind of is interesting. So I was doing a stream today with Jake. We were going through DCFs, and like it was more general, and like this is how you like what a DCF's purpose is and everything. And someone was asking me, Fabio, what model do you use for a DCF? Like, I'm assuming, I mean, because they were asking me like, how is your model different from Fabio's? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what he does. Because I'm assuming it's just what?
I mean, like, okay, so that's, I mean,
because like it's a discounted cash flow. You're discounting the present. So I wasn't sure like if there's something special that you do, or like maybe they just didn't understand DCS very well. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, depends on how you design it. You mean you're using just like the DCF formula, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the difference is when we were showing we built up a full income statement, balance sheet, and like so we had a full model out, and then the DCF was on the next page, and I think maybe that threw the person off instead of just having like a very short DCF. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you guys walked them through the entire process?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that probably threw them off.
This is the most nitpicky thing. I just want Jeff Shapiro right here. Huge biceps and chest, apparently. Anyway, he is the first person I'm looking at this comment right here. He's the first person in history to type CONTROL+F. He's the first person in history to type that. Control+F, and it used the whole word. I genuinely never saw that. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I expect someone to always write Control.
Yeah, you just got to be excited by the small things in life. Otherwise, you'll never be happy.
So, I know you guys are talking about REITs, and I have something that's like REIT adjacent. I think I brought it to you before. I don't know if you've seen. I've talked about Digital Bridge before.
Digital Bridge. What do they do?
Oh, that's the MMTLP thing, right?
So they are. So okay, they're really interesting actually. If you pull up their chart, it's like you have this really long chart, and it's not good. It goes back to like 2014. But really, what they was there was a company called Colony Capital, and it used to be owned by some guy who ended up getting arrested for like somehow helping, like doing something illegal when Trump was running for office. I don't know, helping Trump. I don't. But the thing is, basically, what they did, you call it a reverse merger, when you like buy a company and that company comes under your wing, and then really the public company ends up being that company. So like they bought Digital Bridge, and they're like, we like the investment strategy and what Digital Bridge is doing better than what like the traditional REIT structure of Colony. So then they basically like sold off all their legacy assets, and then they moved into Digital Bridge. Now, so what Digital Bridge does is they invest in digital infrastructure. So I own these guys. I bought them back in like 2020, and I sold. So I bought when they were like dirt cheap, and then sold and made like a decent amount of them. Their CEO and like a lot of their operators, they were guys that worked in American Tower for like, they sold companies to American Tower and then worked for American Tower for several years. So they're really established in the industry and know what they're doing. But basically they turned it into a C Corp. And now they're becoming more like a PE firm almost, where they take people's investments and then invest into digital infrastructure for them. So like BAM invested in them and like invest in other funds. And so they've like gotten smacked recently. But one of the things, like the CEO, and I was listening to like an interview with him like a year and a half ago. One of the things he was pointing out is he was like, look, people, like the last thing a person cuts is their cell phone. So like they feel pretty confident about their direction. In fact, they did a strategic buyback of like 100 million of their own stock, because they're like, we think there's a severe dislocation in our stock, and so we're buying back.
What's the ticker?
DBRG.
I'm getting bullied in chat.
Why? What's going on?
I can't help my mental issues, you know.
Oh, what? Wait,
Anyway.
But yeah,
all
so
right.
like
This to my watch list to take a look at later.
Yeah, because I found like everything about it really interesting. Like the CEO knows what he's doing. He's been in the industry. Like he even said, like, we think there's a severe dislocation, and they think they're going to double AUM in the next 3 years. Which like
I like when my companies double.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm gonna take a look
That's
at
what I do. I could be at like 20,000 subs by now if I just called my channel like 2x with Cole, or like double up with Cole, or some shit like that.
Double your money
like
with
financial education with Cole.
Yeah. Dude, I have a friend. I brought him up. I haven't brought him up in a while actually, but I have the guy who pushed me to make this channel. He's a full-time YouTuber. He makes like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I've introduced him to Jeremy over the years.
Jeremy, you're friends with him?
What?
You said you introduced him to Jeremy. You guys are friends? I didn't know you guys were that friends.
No, the way you said that, it made it sound like that.
I introduced him to Jeremy's channel, and he basically was like, this moron got the name Financial Education. That's like the greatest channel name you could get, and it's like wasted on this guy.
Yeah.
From an SEO
I
standpoint.
feel like his subs did learn a lot in the past year. Sorry about it.
It's funny.
Not to say any names here, but Cole, you just realized you just did the exact same thing that a certain other person did like a while ago that you called out. You literally just did that exact same thing. Just a different person.
I don't remember I don't know what you're referencing actually.
I'll tell you after the call or after the live.
Was it like what, name dropping someone or?
No. It was the reaction you just had to comment here. You repeated the exact same thing that the other person did. All right, but Capital Mindset, thoughts on STZ? So that's Constellation Brands, the alcohol company. Goldman Sachs, BLVR. Okay, someone's here. And Amgen, Verizon. All right, so I'll be quick with Verizon. Verizon, too debt laden. Don't really like companies like that, at least as far as like the carriers go. But although right now maybe there can be a case made. I think Verizon's historically at an insane yield right now. By the way,
am I an idiot? Am I an idiot if I would never invest in Goldman Sachs because one of my favorite movies is The Big Short and it looks stupid in it?
Well, that's not investing in Goldman Sachs ever is not dumb, but not investing it for that reason is a different story.
Mark, do you know how
that one hurts to talk
successful,
about?
How successful has Marcus been? Because I think both of us have used the app, right? It's a nice app.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
I spent so much time looking at Goldman Sachs, so much.
Well, you said you spent a lot of
waiting
time Googling Goldman Sachs.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Goldman's not that much higher from its lows this year.
No.
Dan.
Well, I was looking at it when it was like 290, 300, and I'm like, I want to buy it, but I mean, the Marcus, I didn't like the numbers with Marcus. They were losing billions. I didn't like the Apple Card information and the credit loss percentages they had. But then it goes up like $90 a share when I said I don't like it.
Oh no, it's only up now $40 a share.
Oh,
it's $3.40 now. But
then didn't they take Marcus and instead of having it be one specific segment, they broke it up and then spread it across a few of their other segments, I think. They did change structurally how they were going to handle it.
I think Goldman should just go all out and get into some consumer banking. I think they got a good brand there. Like, just go all out, offer brokerage.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Marcus is.
I thought the Marcus branding was stupid. Like, why not just call it Goldman
Sachs?
Well,
they want to just protect the brand, right? Because they knew it might not work.
The only reason I know it's related to Goldman Sachs is because I listened to a podcast with the CEO when Marcus was started.
It's also called Marcus by Goldman Sachs, by the way.
Yeah, but I didn't see it.
I just think Goldman Sachs is like the easiest thing to sell to people. It's like, oh yeah, you sound rich. Like,
one thing that's fun about Amgen,
Amgen
in their management, their management has decided they're gonna pay like 60% of their free cash flow out as a dividend. So that's like, it's kind of interesting. Like a lot of companies don't make definitive statements like that. We're going to pay out this certain amount of our money.
Right. I think you have like Ultra did the same thing. I think they set a target of 80% of free cash flow as a dividend. So yeah, I like it when, well, this is more common outside of the United States, but outside the United States, you have a lot of these variable dividends. So it's like set to the performance of the business. So it's not like, as an investor, I'm not like, oh, you lowered my dividend. Oh, you terrible person. So I want the business to kind of, okay, we have a really great year, you give me a little bit more. We have a bad year, don't worry about it. Don't give me as much. Don't take on debt to sustain the dividend.
Oh yeah.
I think I texted it to you, Fabio. Can I just bring up this Reddit comment that pissed me off?
What? Sure. Why not?
Somebody was like, it was talking about a bank. I don't know if it was Goldman Sachs or Bank of America or somebody. Who got hit with a fine recently?
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo. It's something like, somebody said like they made like 74 billion last year or something.
No, they did not.
Okay. That was the Reddit comment. I said, anyway, somebody was like, I don't think a bank should be allowed to make that much money. And then the Reddit always has to one up each other. Somebody's like, well, no company should make $1 billion a year. And that had like 100 upvotes. I was
Dude,
like, $1 billion. So if you sell a $5 product to like what, America, you're illegal now. Like,
so what corners of Reddit do you go to? I guess
these are just the normal. These are the default subreddits that you're automatically subscribed to when you make an account. They have these people have no sense of scale whatsoever. Like they're like well nobody could make $1 billion. It's like, well,
I don't know. I'm on Wall Street Bets and accounting Reddit. That's about it. So
accounting's pretty good.
I don't know what else is out there.
The
like,
accounting
bring up,
subreddit's
like-
pretty good.
You bring
Yeah, I
like
love
J.K.
accounting
Rowling.
subreddit.
Like she just had like, you have 1 billion people buy a book, you're gonna be a billionaire. Like there's no way around it.
I got one for you that I saw, and it was recently on YouTube Shorts. Okay, so I saw this YouTube short. It was a gentleman who films himself in the bathroom. It's like that sounds wrong, but he makes social commentary, talks random things, but he's recording himself in the mirror, right? And I thought it was funny because I read through the comments too, because a lot of people just agreed with him, whatever. So the conversation was about Walmart, and Walmart had recently spoken about how they lose about $3 billion a year in theft as a cost that they have to write off.
Yeah, but they also, their employees are on welfare.
Oh, well, no. The part where what was really interesting was the gentleman was making an argument saying that's not a big deal to them because they make $140 billion in profit.
Mhm.
That was his words. That was the gentleman's words. So just to dispel any notion,
I don't think that's correct.
no, it's not. They make about $8 billion in profits. And so when you take that into account, his argument was the Walmart CEO is just crying baby. He's trying to pinch pennies, is what he's saying. Yeah. He's trying to pinch pennies. $3 billion is nothing to them because they make $140 billion. So that's like nothing as a percentage of their profit. And I was like, so that number seems off. I don't remember Walmart being the largest company by market cap on the entire planet.
They are the highest revenue company, right?
I think Amazon surpassed them.
Okay.
So, and I was like, I'm gonna go check that figure because that seems off. Well, but lo and behold, it's about $8 billion, and so $8 billion
wasn't that far off.
Yeah, it wasn't that far off. 148 billion. It's all the same. And so, taking that figure, the $3 billion is now quite significant. So, like hypothetically, if Walmart next year reduces that figure down to 0, imagine what their profit growth would show.
But the only people that steal from Walmart are people who like, they're just trying to get food for the family.
It's not where most of their theft losses don't come from food. Most theft losses come from discretionary.
Well, I saw a guy wheeling wheeling 10 TVs out of there, and he was like, "Yeah, I got to feed my kids."
My roommate one of my roommates in college stole a couch from there almost every semester.
No, I was shocked. Every time I've gone to Walmart with another person, they've stolen something.
No, I literally walk into my room. I'm like, "Oh, Tark, you stole another freaking couch?" Yeah, man, it's nice. Okay. Those things
Yeah, they're like, yeah,
so
you just
fast though. It's like those
Fabio,
shitty, food
Jesus fuck. I'm gonna shit myself.
Is it a floating head?
I couldn't even tell if that was a guy or a girl was a thing. You know how guys grow their hair out nowadays.
No, I didn't see what you're talking about until I look back.
I was looking down when you swore. I'm like, wait, what? Oh,
that's
geez.
the Airbnb host. They're seeing if you're ruining their house.
No, this is quite. It goes up a couple of floors, and so there's a lot of people upstairs. So they're just coming.
Yeah,
down.
it's actually that has 8 floors.
No, but it's a lot. So no, they're upstairs because they're they're about to make s'mores, and so that was you recognize his face. You know who that was.
I don't remember faces.
Oh, that's the community gave that individual an interesting name.
Oh yeah, you played in 8th grade. You played Soggy Biscuit, right?
No. What is that?
Wait, you asked what that was?
No, I don't want to know. Actually,
You never. Hold on. Let's
Can we
raise
go
your
back,
hand.
can
You
we go
know,
back to the stock questions?
chat.
Yeah,
Too.
let's go back to
Chat
the
raise
stock
your hand
question.
too.
Let's go back to the stock
There's
question.
no way. He's capping. He's capping.
So, I wanted to get this out there. So yes, I have been buying one REIT in particular. Not extreme heavy, but relative to like my retirement account, actually, geez, you know, it's heavy as a percentage of my retirement account because I had a lot of my retirement account in cash. You know, but now I've finally been deploying it back into some REITs here. And yeah, other than that, there is the tech company that I'm buying. I'm going to talk about it more in the portfolio update. But I think people already know it. I talked about it in ROIC actually, and so that's Salesforce CRM. So it's been a while, and yeah, I know that there's another one that I've been waiting to jump back in, and I know Andrew here likes it. It's Road. Well, that's the ticker symbol, Road. So
I wonder what they make.
they don't make anything.
They make pillows.
They make pillows.
But the person also asked really quickly about Builder.
Oh yes.
And I don't know if you're still in the stream. I'm not sure why you're asking that. Literally, the stock we talked about in the DCF on Rogue today was Builder.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion is it's a cyclical, trading at 3 times cash flow, which probably means watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a good way. So like I held it until, so if you look at the Builder chart, there was like this one day, it was the day like the entire stock market just shot up real quickly. I think they went up from 57 to like 65 in a day, and I sold on that pop. I think it's a great company, and I think they're great at like compounding capital. I just don't think you want to own a cyclical company like that at this moment. I think you're going to see some weakness there, and you're going to see them trade at a higher multiple, let's say. And that's when you're going to probably want to start to look at buying back in. I'm timing that stock a bit, but that's
Fabio, did somebody throw a marshmallow at you? Chat's claiming there was a marshmallow on the screen. I didn't know if do you see a marshmallow around you?
They could be, you know.
Yeah. Because you said you were making s'mores.
Did they throw one back behind?
I didn't see anything, but somebody in chat said there was a marshmallow.
Visibility up the stairs here. They could be right up there. I don't see a marshmallow.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that happened later.
All right, so
it says it was on the end of the stick. Was I blind?
Oh, 100%. Then if they saw a stick, it was back there. I'll move the camera just in case you guys be able to see it. I just plugged it on my phone on the model real quick, and I'm not playing around with the growth rate assumptions, but I don't know. It's saying like fair values at the auto DCF. I didn't look at my own estimations, but
Dan, how's the wife?
65.41, which is basically where it's at today.
For a Builder?
65.20.
Are you talking about for Builder?
Yeah, BLDR. And then
which auto DCF?
The one I use, but I have the auto DCF that's supposed to kind of measure out, and I can work backwards from there and basically kind of pencil out what the estimations are. But yeah, it came out to 65.41. Today's price is 65.20. Just so everyone knows, that's not what I would use to say it's at good buy. It's just kind of penciling out, or helps me pencil out what the market is assuming about a stock at a given point in time. And in theory, it should get to a price point that's close to today or around today, so that I can decipher what the market is thinking about.
So you're using consensus for DCF, I see.
I'm using a lot of like what analysts are projecting, and kind of rating them on a scale of accuracy, and then using only those, or weighting those really high and not weighting the ones that score poorly at all.
Okay, makes sense.
Dan, do you know the CEO of a Builder? Goes by the name of Bob.
I heard about Road. I was looking. I looked at it briefly.
I think he completely ignores the question. I heard about Road.
I glanced over. There's no one there right now.
Yeah, cool.
Although I may, it's not Road, but I was looking at like a fastener company. Such an interesting line of work.
Like how you like to hang up clothes?
No, like structural fasteners for like skyscrapers and concrete. And
Thank you, Julius.
You know what would be
Thank you,
terrifying
Roger.
if these guys
like I love the boringness of it.
if these guys have
That dude look like John
creativity, they'd go outside,
Yeah.
go all the way down the mountain, and like appear right here.
They go all the way down the mountain. How tall is this?
Well, there's actually stairs on the side, but like
He's talking about where the poor people live down the mountain.
Before they boot them down.
Because you would be able to see them if they like popped up right back there against the window.
Yeah, and if they had their cocks out pressed against the glass.
My monetization is 100% gone for this video. Oh my god, like no way.
Was that bacon at home or
Fabio?
Okay, good.
We're seeing bacon in many different environments today.
I was really nervous. I was just gonna be...
Have gas will travel. Fabio.
How you doing, Bacon? We did get a question about Walgreens. So my quick opinion on Walgreens is I'm just not interested in buying it, but it looks cheap. There's no doubt, but a lot of the metrics, like I think it's like the return on equity or return on invested capital, has been kind of coming down a bit over the years. Kind of showing you the business as a whole has been suffering. Like the price that it's trading at now, it is justified. It's not, you're not buying something outsmarting, let's say, the market. That there are actual concerns about the business. And if you actually look at their margin.
Wasn't Walgreens the one that had Theranos in it?
Yes, that was Walgreens, but the margin compression is actually a big deal. And I think CVS, which, okay, when I held Walgreens, it did outperform CVS. But going past that, longer term, after I didn't hold Walgreens anymore in the portfolio, CVS actually outperformed Walgreens because throughout, Walgreens was one of the stocks we got rid of kind of preparing for 2022. Throughout 2022, I think one of the things that helped CVS was their insurance side of the business. Because you look at all the insurance companies, they performed pretty well this year. And CVS has a big insurance arm now. And I think CVS's management, in hindsight, was actually making some good moves in kind of transforming themselves beyond just the, convenience store pharmacy.
I've said multiple times on this channel, CVS is to Walgreens as Target is to Walmart. CVS is just the nicer version.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Walgreens margin, Jesus, free cash flow margin is just trash, and they're still buying back shares. Like, what the fuck are they doing? But,
is it just me, or did Kingdom of Finance get more white and actually have hair?
Oh yes.
Looks
Gondar, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I thought the chat was saying that he became incredibly more better looking.
Damn. and so modest too.
Yeah, I thought the chat said he's suddenly probably a month away from divorcing his wife.
Damn.
It's a week.
Yeah, it's a week.
Okay, so wait. Pause there real quick. So people actually think that CVS is like the Target.
Kingdom and Julius are saying that in chat too.
I did not know this. I didn't know this.
Julius is a huge CVS.
Walgreens was considered to be the nicest store. It could be the bias of the experiences I've had. Like the CVS is.
It could be my bias. Yeah.
Well, the CVS is where I live. They're meh, but the Walgreens are pretty nice. So
like the people in front of CVS, at least locally, the people in front of CVS are doing weed, and the people in front of Walgreens are doing meth. So,
oh my god.
Walgreens also owns that other brand. What's it called? Not Boots. It's in New York. It's a lot in New York. Gosh, what's it called?
Dan, don't you live there?
I don't go to Walgreens ever.
No,
Yeah,
it's
who
not
does?
called Walgreens. It's not called Walgreens. It's another name.
Palantir.
What can I Google for you, Fabio? Walgreens.
Walgreens owns what store brands? It's not Rick's, of course, but
That'd be funny.
it's the opposite for you, Joe.
Um,
That's crazy.
Dwane Reed, Booth.
Yeah, Dwayne Reed.
Dwayne Reed. I was way off apparently.
They also
Those
own
are
Boots
Mexican
and Boots.
store.
No, they also own Boots as well, but that's in the UK. So, oh, by the way, Walgreens also has a huge owner. By the way, if you see actually like the ownership structure, I think it's like 33% or something crazy like that of the business is owned by one guy. It's like this Italian billionaire. So
Yeah, Dwane Reed. Yeah.
Mario Draghi.
Mario Druggy, is that what you said?
No, Draghi, the former head of the ECB. Come on, Cole.
Yeah, so we see Kingdom of Finance says, I suddenly like Walgreens now. My gosh, look at this, man. Things we talk about just converts him. He was bearish on Amazon.
Thank you, Eat Pay Frag.
I didn't say that I like Walgreens. I put more than them out.
That was the stock that Sasha used in his "I hate dividend."
That's a
investment video.
good continuation joke.
That's a bad example, but that's a bad example.
That's a terrible example of dividend investing. It's fucking terrible. But
If Mario was real, would you invest in him?
Yeah, he is real. He's called Nintendo, and yes, you can invest in it, and I would at the right price because it's one of the few companies on this planet that can do certain things, fumble the ball, and people will still pay for the product.
Well, I've got a better answer because that was a stupid answer, Fabio. A better answer would have been I wouldn't invest in Mario on account of like if he runs into like a turtle or something, he dies.
Also, you could also consider that he's probably responsible for turtle genocide. So
yeah,
you don't have a capybara. I'm kind
Did
of disappointed.
you know ever since Mario was released, like the percentage of kids who like killed turtles went up like 20%.
Rod's running amok.
Like ever since Mario was released, the first version, like the number of kids who like stomp on turtles went up like 20%.
Mario is a war criminal.
I came in at the perfect time.
He
Yeah, I'm
just
sorry.
stomps everyone that's a different race.
Sorry, I don't have capybara. That's not in the budget.
Gondar, are you from America?
Yeah. I'm from Michigan.
No.
Oh, really? You look strikingly European. Like not American from Europe. Like you.
It's
Finland.
the accent. I know.
No, it's not the accent.
It's how you pronounce
No,
Gondar. Rolls off the tongue.
Okay. So
Yeah. Hold on. Explain this. How the fuck you come up with the name Gondar? Explain that to everyone.
You ever played Dota?
No.
Okay, he's a character from Dota.
Yeah, I'm not European, so I didn't play Dota.
Okay, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's really popular in Europe, but not popular here at all.
Fabio seems like he really wants somebody to mention his watch. He keeps putting it in the frame. So, Fabio, tell us about your watch you got. Is that Christmas present?
No, this is old now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That Rolex is from like 2017.
This is not a Rolex.
Yeah, Rolex is too cheap for me. Can't you like? I think this. Can't you like if you know like a Rolex dealer? Well, they get mad at you for flipping them, but like theoretically, can't you like you flip it for double immediately?
Not double, but
Not
it
double.
Depends on the model. No, depends on the model.
But that's because of the weight lift, right?
Or like they don't want you to come back and buy from them then?
If you go and flip it, they're not going to like that. They're not going to be happy.
Yeah, I heard that the resale market though this time, like the Rolexes haven't held up their value. But that's just me what I've heard though, like anecdotally.
No, it got too crazy. Like also Rolex as a brand, it was at like a danger of kind of getting polluted by a lot of people who just wanted a watch to show off, and like it's a bit of a problem. Like in the watch world, it's not about that. It's more like about the subtlety of it. There are a lot of people that are kind of pretentious about it.
What's the difference between a Rolex and an NFT? That's a serious question.
It's a physical piece of art that you can enjoy, and if you can appreciate the work that goes into it, the physical work.
I can appreciate $30,000 of it.
It is meant for someone who probably has, you know, maybe like they have $30,000 laying around. But you're talking about a specific model, like.
I'm talking about the kind that you like,
not too far away from a Smurf.
I'm talking about the kind, you put a bunch of diamonds on.
No, so okay, you depreciate a Rolex and you amortize an NFT.
well, you depreciate a Rolex, you put those diamonds on it. That's for sure. But no, like if you get the rainbow, like that's absolutely insane to get your hands on.
They released that bottle only in June.
My point is, if you invest in watches, I question you.
No, what were you gonna say about the rainbow?
No, it's just a very, very difficult to get your hands on. It's very expensive too.
I thought, to be honest, I thought you were going to lead with Rolex as a brand has been damaged because of the pores.
Oh no. No, they're aware of it too. Like that's why they don't want you to flip it. They don't want you to flip. They want you to enjoy it. You buy it, you enjoy it.
I just realized
it's not about that.
I think I'm about to be a millionaire.
I'm going
to buy a Rolex. So I'll buy a Rolex for $20,000.
You're not going to just go in and get a Rolex.
And then I will sell 1% stakes of it for $500. Once that sells out, that's $50,000. I have a huge return on my money.
I thought you were going to say you're going to sell covered calls on it.
Yeah,
because it's a free.
Yeah, I have to buy 100 Rolexes.
Is it a bubble coal? That's what we need to know.
Yeah. It's a long-term hold, so.
I'm not sure that's gonna work out.
Yeah, Fabio bought a Rolex. Fabio bought like a Rolex like 4 years ago, and like the battery ran out, so he's like, it doesn't work.
They don't have battery.
He's like, it doesn't work anymore, and he threw it away.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't tell the time.
Like, I mean, there are some watches that you can collect, like with the quartz movement. I have one, like it's simple Casio Duro, which is a quartz movement. It's a good watch. That one I'll wear if I'm going out, in a place where you might lose a watch because it is
There's more people around. Yeah.
Lose or have stolen?
No, lose it, like because you're doing an activity. So
okay, all right.
Like not hiking, but like something more like maybe wakeboarding or something water related, where if you lose the watch, you're never gonna find it again.
Fabio often puts on his Rolex and walks by homeless people and says, "Hey, what time is it? Time for you to get a watch." And he like walks away.
on his reservation at Dorsia.
Yeah.
But Fabio's such a nice guy. He's like, "Yeah, you need a watch, so here you go, sir."
What do you? Okay, I have a.
Now you can.
I have a serious comedic question. If you were to offer a homeless person the choice between a Fabio, what's a common Rolex model and what's the price of it?
Probably the most common is well, I mean, like the Datejust is common, easier to get your hands on.
What's the price?
I think they're going for like 6,000, 7,000.
So what do you think if you were to offer a homeless guy, like, hey, you can have this you don't tell him what the price is. You just say you can have this Rolex or you can have some cash amount. What do you think? Because like if you said a Rolex or $1, I think all the homeless people would take like a Rolex. Mm-hmm. But like, what do you think you'd have to offer them, like $1,000 before they take the cash, or what do you think you'd have to offer?
Wait, the Rolex or $1?
No. A dollar amount. How much money do you think you'd have to offer before the homeless guy would take the money over the Rolex? Do you have to offer him like $2,000, $3,000, maybe even just $100?
Okay.
No, because you could technically take the Rolex. The Rolexes are fairly liquid.
Yeah.
You could take.
Well, I hope not. It'll fall off my wrist. This is Fabio. This is going to be a Mr. Beast video next year.
Well, I mean, I think like if the guy knows, what it is, then
Well,
he'd
he's
probably
homeless.
ask for
How
a
would
little
he
bit
know that?
above. You'd be surprised. I don't know.
Yeah, you would be surprised.
Okay.
The only well, the question I was gonna say is, does the homeless person know how much it's worth?
No.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I guess it depends on if he knows what it's worth or not.
Yeah. If he does know what it's worth, I would hope that they would ask for, or they would take the money if it was over what they know they could get it for. At like
Fabio's gonna be like, okay, I've got a Rolex, so I've got $1,000. He's gonna like reach for the $1,000. So I was like,
I mean, the probably like the most liquid or like the most stable one that you'll always be able to get rid of is a Submariner no date, for sure.
Is that the 007 one?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's yes. Like
Okay.
the current 007 one is an Omega. But
is that the original?
yeah, like that's the one. Yeah, that's a lot of people in the watch community are going to be like, no, the Omega one's blasphemy or something like that. But the current one's an Omega. The original you'd say is the Rolex Submariner. But no, if you actually want to watch content, my best friend, he's actually going to school right now to be a watchmaker. And
is this the most accountant watch?
What fucking school do you go to for that?
Yeah.
You drive a Toyota and you have an Echo Drive.
Wait, is that you go to a college to be a watchmaker? That's like
no. There's some watch schools around the world. There's one in Miami, I know, and there's a couple in Geneva. But they're actually heavily subsidized by the watch companies because they can't find people that want to be watchmakers.
Yeah, I'd probably beat my kid up if I want to be a watchmaker.
No, you can make good money. It depends, but you can make good money.
You can also make good
Yeah,
money
Fabio, you can make good money being a drug dealer. Like the fuck.
What'd you say, Andrew?
No, I have a friend and he owns a company. It's nice because all it is just him, and all he does is he repairs clocks, and he makes good money doing it. It's funny too because like he could make more too if he really wanted to, but like there's like this funny respect between like clock repair guys. I guess it's like such a small niche community. He like knows the guy in the city over from us, and he's like, I'm not gonna go there until that guy retires because the guy's a little older and he like mentored him. I was like, really? You could easily get. He's like, yeah, but like that's not cool. Like that's his area. I was like, all right.
That is considered a dick move in bird culture.
Bird culture.
Yeah, bird culture.
And then and your buddy was like, yeah, I think that guy in the other town's gonna retire soon. And you're like, really? Is he getting old? And he was like, yeah, the clock's ticking.
Hey, that's a good one.
Thanks.
Bruh.
But no, like if you my buddy, if he
apparently somebody actually thought I was Kingdom of Finance.
Yeah, you're right. I was reading like, why did someone say shut up, Kingdom?
Well, okay, so let's finish.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, let's finish off some more stock talks. Which, by the way, I saw that it was way back. That individual also has a YouTube channel. He commented in here. I think it's More Money. I didn't bring his comment up. I forgot to, but he said he's a fan. So hey, shout out to you.
More
Problems.
More money equals more problems. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, trading with the dummy?
No, not trading with the dummy. More money. It's the guy that Strongman interviewed.
Fuck, what's trading with the dummy's name?
Mark.
The money?
Mark. Something Mark.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know what happened.
No, he changed his YouTube name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not
it's like all the money or something. You're like, I forget.
I can give my end of year stock moves. I don't
Let's
know.
do it, Dan. What's up?
That's what I want. Let's kick it off with the end of year stuff.
All right. I'm getting rid of Raytheon and I'm gonna buy Triton International, which I was talking to Bacon Memes about.
Yeah.
So
what is that Triton International?
TRTN.
The most boring company.
So
maybe
they lease. So they're basically the biggest company in the world that leases containers to shipping companies.
Yeah, that'll get you laid.
So yeah, we talked about it 2 days ago. I think I listened to the call. So
that one got on my radar. I asked
their growth has been phenomenal.
Yeah,
they were I think 10% of the industry of their industry, and now they're up to like 22% dominating it. The prices of containers are back to like I think about $2,500. So the craziness of COVID it's kind of subsided. So I don't know. It's a good dividend stock, I think. But And then I'm getting out of Qualcomm. I'm done. I'm not going to do it. So, and then I'm going to go with that tractor company, Fabio.
Really?
Fabio.
So one of so they do a special dividend, like you were talking about having flexibility. So they changed their policy 2 years ago. So they do a minuscule dividend quarterly, and then they do one special dividend per year now
on Christmas,
just based on give them flexibility if they want to buy back shares. What's their cash flow? I listened to the call, so they did it because they want to have flexibility because they have expansion plans into new equipment, not just tractors. So they want to go into different types of farm equipment. They want to go into South America more, which their only problem is they have lower margins in South America than their typical business. So they're trying to figure that out. But
this
very
wouldn't
interesting.
happen to be like a sub-billion-dollar company based out of Dakota, would it?
No.
I think it's
you said that with like an evil look in your eye.
No. I just want to make sure I'm not like, because he was in that. I was thinking of Titan.
No, they're out of headquarters. It's in Georgia.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Titan, TITN, because I was investing in them for a while.
Yeah. So I was trying to look for smaller industrial plays for now. But
well, if you actually Titan, I don't know. It looks like they're doing pretty well. They're a tractor company, I think. Dealer of agricultural and construction equipment. It's like it's just under $1 billion market cap. I just don't.
This one's a $10 billion market cap, the one that Dan's talking about.
Oh, okay. See, normally when I'm like cryptic, like and not in the sense that you necessarily were, but like when I'm like that tractor company, usually means it's like a smaller market cap. I'm trying not to like hit it on the nose. So sorry, I wasn't. Sorry.
Well, with this one, we can say the ticker, I guess. Should I say the ticker, Dan, or you want to say it?
Yeah, sure.
AGCO.
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 No, maybe I have seen you talk about them.
Agco.
I like tractor. Well, people want. I like tractor companies, and I think agricultural investments are going to be huge in the next 10, 20 years.
I
across
agree.
the whole world, like food scarcity and just like labor issues, especially in America. Like a lot of the overtime rules are going to get changed in government, where they're going to have to start paying more overtime to agricultural workers. So there's going to be an incentive to become more efficient, like the farms, which might lead to more heavy equipment purchases. So.
Is that okay? So those are the things you're doing.
And then you already know the cigarette one. Philip Morris is going to become it is BTI now. So
really?
My third cigarette company. I'll just move through all of them, I guess, over time. I don't want to own more than one, so I'll just keep shifting around, I guess.
I think that with those companies, their like terminal value is overly discounted, but I could be wrong. Like I think like people are pricing in that at some point those companies just like end, and I don't know if that's necessarily the case. How cheap they are, but I also like don't know that industry that well. Know like what the growth levers are, like where they're going. They return a crap load of money back to you, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. BTI is spending a lot of money in development of like I have like old page like new technologies as far as how you use tobacco. They're trying to research like less carcinogenic types of like usage.
Yeah. For some reason, it turns out when all your customers get cancer and die, it's like I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, but all your customers know that, and they're still doing it anyways. It's not like it's. See, I don't have a problem with cigarette companies because it's like if you smoke cigarettes, it's like I know.
Like, well, hold on. You don't have any problem with cigarette companies?
No.
Not like the killing people part?
They're not killing people. People are smoking the cigarettes themselves.
At this point, though, they're paying out money to the states and
that's saying like we should ban McDonald's because obese people die more.
Yeah, that's the exact same thing.
I mean,
McDonald's probably kills more people than cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's not like a fucking video game. It's got fucking chemicals in it that make that people are like yeah, I don't want to buy cigarettes. And then they go buy cigarettes. And then there's products like nicotine gum. It's like, yeah, it's impossible to stop smoking. So you have this product to help you stop smoking it.
I don't know. We let
So-
adults jump out of planes, Cole. What does it matter, right? You can do whatever.
Yeah, but if
As long as no one's like
if somebody
deceptive.
gave you if the airplane company gave you drugs that made you
But
addicted
where's
to jumping out of airplanes, that would be banned immediately.
Cigarette
once
companies used to lie that they weren't harmful, but that's not the case
Like,
anymore.
you could make the same argument that people say every day, like, oh, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to eat healthier, but then they find themselves eating the same shit food.
That is true, though.
So,
I'm gonna go in front of Congress. What? How is it accountability if it's chemically addictive?
Okay, so we're gonna ban McDonald's, soda. What about chocolate? People are addicted to chocolate.
Oh, there goes Hershey's.
But you
premium.
can't-
What else do you want to ban, Cole?
You
Like,
cannot be addicted to chocolate.
what about casinos? Should we ban casinos? Like gambling? Like, what else do we want to?
No.
I think Cole would
There are
be-
some things you can do with casinos. Yes. I was talking. Was it Fabio? I was talking to you about the. You can self-ban yourself, right? I was telling you about that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can, you can. Some states have a blacklist where you can call, and you can ban yourself from casinos. So it's up to you, but it bans you from buying. That should be a thing with cigarettes. You should be able to ban yourself from buying cigarettes.
I'm gonna have to tag Kingdom in a second. I think about this.
So
He's about to come back.
while we're doing that, the Bacon, tell us what your changes have been, if you want to. And otherwise, we want to call.
Changes. I went from 1 share of Palantir to 2 shares of Palantir. Compounding. High conviction. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I've moved from 1 interview to 1.5. Yeah, working on an interview.
nice.
Yep. So hopefully, the next one goes just as well, has just as great value. and feedback.
You fuckers pulled a fast one on me. I didn't say ban cigarettes. I said I had a problem with cigarette companies. There's 2 different things.
I didn't say that you did. I'm just saying, because you're implying by saying that you have a problem with them that you wouldn't invest in them, or that you think that there should be something done
I
to.
never said I wouldn't invest in them.
Cole likes CSG.
Oh,
But they do kill people.
You own the world, Cole. So you
Yeah.
own all the oil companies,
Oh,
all
Cole.
the cigarette companies.
Whoa! Once again,
All
I
the
never said
casinos.
there's any.
Cole, you're killing
Yeah,
people.
Fabio wanted to remind everybody. he's
Your
not
hands
poor,
are just
by the way. He has a
dirty.
pool table.
so you can. I mean,
Cigarettes are gross.
I agree with that, and I
That's a
get
lot
mad at
of
my
fun.
brother who smokes cigarettes every day, and he knows that he shouldn't smoke them, but he does it anyways.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. My name's Gondar. I got no problem with cigarette companies. Also, I keep telling my brother to stop smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, because it's his decision. It's not the cigarette company's not like saying like they're not shoving a cigarette down his throat and lighting the match and being like, you have to smoke this. Like,
But
he's
when you
gonna-
start drugging somebody to buy your product, that's the same thing. What other nobody else is I can't drug somebody to be addicted to I can't open a real estate company, drug up a bunch of people and have them sign contracts to buy a house.
Not with that attitude, you can.
Yeah, not with that attitude.
Yeah, no, it's
Actually, I will say this much: like, I experimented earlier this year on
Weed.
merger risk arbitrage. So I tried ATVI. Then, of course, the FTC rumblings came a knocking, and I got punched in the face. But then I calmed down. I was like, all right, you know what? This is Microsoft. They're adults. They're going to have news that's going to say, yeah, we're lowering up. Maybe the price action rebounds a little bit.
Night bacon.
Oh,
Bombs,
yeah.
not you.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
you.
Yeah. And sure enough, it happened. Now, is that skill? Is that dumb luck? Maybe both. Probably.
Well, what
both.
happened with Activision?
Oh, yeah, like I exited. I exited like sideways, like barely, minuscule profit technically. But if we count like opportunity costs, then it was a loser for me. But Yeah, it was just something for me to try and study and evaluate going forward, and I'll still try and keep tabs on it.
All right. So we all know
To
coal.
answer chat real quick, yes, somebody said investing with coal must hate anything with sugar in it. There are also some issues with with sugar industry.
Okay. Well, we know what Cole bought. Cole bought VT, and that's what he bought. So did you buy?
I bought
Did you buy VT or what? Would you buy? Did you buy anything different?
No, yeah, some got carrots at Costco today. Vegetables are expensive. It's like per pound. It's like the same as meat nowadays.
Really?
Oh,
Well, that's
some of
my
it
cue
anyway.
to leave.
I was trying to find spinach at Costco, and I saw all they had was organic spinach. It was like $4 a pound.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, we lost Dan.
Yep.
Hi, Dan.
Yeah, Dan had to go.
Oh, okay. And then Andrew, what you want to say? You don't have to remember, but do you want to say what you did recently?
Recently, so
TLT.
I bought a teeny bit of CrowdStrike and then a decent bit of TLT. And there's a little ad tech company that I may or may not have added a little more to.
Oh my God, you degenerate!
Condor no.
It was only a little ad. Actually, so right now I'm kind of looking through it, like, and I still have a large cash position. I haven't deployed, like I'm still like 25%. And I wanted to continue building up on TLT because I think that'll be, especially at the price point right now, pretty good. I don't know, like I need to do a full like write up on and video on CrowdStrike because like I actually find them really interesting. I think like my understanding of like how the business is working, how they compete against other people, and just how far ahead they are, I think is being discounted a little heavily now. Like, yeah, they're trading at 29 times cash flow, so it's like, and they're trading at probably like a 40 PE. But I find them really interesting. There's a bunch of companies right now I find interesting. There's like asset managers I'm looking at.
Oh,
yeah.
Capping on BlackRock.
Capping on BlackRock.
Super serious, you guys. Go watch. It's on YouTube. Go watch That Sugar film.
okay.
I thought you were gonna say Super Size Me.
But
that's also no, dude. There's this one in around in the middle of it because the guy's from Australia, but like halfway through the movie, he's trying to do a thing about sugar, and he flies to America because that's like the sugar capital of the world. Dude, he goes to Kentucky, and he finds this like 18-year-old. He's been drinking like 12 cans of Mountain Dew for like the last 10 years. So all his friends do that too. The guy's teeth are just gone. He's like a kid. Really, really disturbing.
all right. Well, one thing I'll say, but then I gotta address some of these comments here. Is like, United States, I wouldn't say is the sugar capital of the world. They don't use the real sugar. Anyways,
Corn
so
syrup.
yeah. Kingdom says I love Brookfield, and I totally never hated BAM. Well, you guys all remember the conversations Kingdom and I had. Yeah, I had to defend this thing to him. But I love how he's come around. He's come around finally. So yeah, I agree. Asset managers look really interesting. I mean, I know some of the other ones that I still have to really look at KKR in depth, but Blackstone looks interesting. BAM looks interesting. BAM, I want to say there's Brookfield Corp, and then there's BAM, the asset manager now. But just to finish off, because I do have to go get some more. Actually, my wife is texting me. So what I did finishing off the year is I bought some Salesforce. I bought more TLT. There I mentioned it on YouTube. And
TLT.
Dijon, cancel this man.
And what is the other one I bought? Oh, come on. Oh, how can I forget? The other one of notable mention is an office REIT that shall be remain unnamed. But.
What the hell happened to investing that your degenerate gamble play is you bought U.S. Treasuries?
Yeah, it's because normally I buy Trade Federation bonds.
Ah.
But This time I decided to just stick to one country and one planet, so it's a bit degenerate for me.
Yeah.
Simon
those-
Property Group. No, it's
those-
not Simon.
Those battle droids aren't as good as they once were. Hyped.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. With that being said, it's a good stream. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Very good.
Post stream in the Discord. I'm going there.
No. Okay, you can stream in the Discord. I gotta go make some s'mores, and I'm off until I get back from vacation next week. So then you guys will see me again.
Choose.
Have fun, Fabio.
See you
Bye.
guys. You have a good one.